Oops, I wanted to keep it going. Good evening, everybody, and thanks for checking out Kronos World. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. We really appreciate you hanging out with us. We're going to jump into the sixth session of our 5th edition Steampunk D&D game after a few brief announcements. Firstly, we have with us our very favorite and fun players this evening. We'll just start with a very brief introduction, your name, your character, who you're playing, in case anybody new is stopping by. We'll start with Eric.
My name's Eric. Why am I talking with a southern accent? It's the bandana. My name's Eric. I'm playing Cole Diamondbacked Hollister, the Kobold Cowboy. Intrepid Kobold Cowboy. Avatar of justice in this lawless land.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much. Next, we'll move to our wonderful Genji.
Genji, I'm going to be playing Just, the Clockwork Automaton Paladin. She's kind of, just the average law girl. A whole bunch of law stuff. Very justicey. I think that's about it. Yeah.
Justicey.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. Mr. Poke Things.
Poke Things here. Playing Kale. Not Cole. Kale. Rogue dual-wielding pirate, as my crew likes to call me. Not drawn out at all.
Thank you very much. And last but absolutely not even close to least, we have Abby.
I hear her running.
Here I am. Sorry, you guys. I was boiling. I got coffee, so I don't fall asleep. So anyway, yeah. No, it's yeah. So. Character I'm going to be playing today is Gertie. She is a gnome, and she is, I want to say, yes, I was right, artificer. I always want to say, like, apothecary, but that's, like, a subclass. Basically, she has a tiny shop in town. She's a friend of Kale's. She just met this justice awesome construct and is absolutely, like, enamored, just like, oh my gosh, love is so big, just can do its own things. Basically acting like a fangirl whenever Juiced does anything.
It's pretty embarrassing.
Oh, please.
Same.
Thank you very much. Sorry to put you guys on the spot like that. Eventually I'll figure this out and let you know I'm going to do that to you when we start. I'd like to start off. We can't obviously love the artwork from Splattered Ink Games enough. Please take a moment to go check out his website, his Twitter. He streams here on Twitch. If you need any custom artwork for your adventure, campaign, portrait, game design, etc., Splattered Ink Games. He's wonderful. He did our portraits. Cole's is currently the one that's up right now, and we'll have the other ones here in a flash, I suppose, or whatever. And also another sponsor, we'd like to thank Neptune Bay Collectibles. They've agreed to partner with Kronos World for amazing prize giveaways. Neptune Bay Collectibles specializes in hard-to-find action figures like Marvel Legends, Star Wars, Black Series, Transformers, Gothatropolis, which I've never heard of before, but I think now I'm going to Google it just because. So look for some awesome prize giveaways coming very, very soon here to Kronos World. Another great announcement is actually very exciting. We have t-shirts and other merchandise on our online store. That link's going to be in the chat, and you can get the original Kronos World logo t-shirt designed by our very own Indigo here, who does all the design, the layovers, everything that you see except for our faces is pretty much something that he did. So that's awesome. And you can salute our very own Kobold Cowboy picking up a Cole Diamondback Hollister t-shirt. So we've got all sorts of swag here for anybody who's interested in that. We also have a flying potato. So who doesn't need a flying potato?
You have
And
a flying potato? What?
there's
Seriously?
a flying potato. Yeah,
How did I not know this? I want the flying potato.
it's there
I
right
want a
now.
flying potato
God.
plushie, though. That's what I really want.
Ooh.
A body pillow.
Yes.
I want a coal body pillow. I already
I want
asked for one. I already asked for a coal body pillow. Couldn't be made. Whatever. I'll
The
get it
swag
one day.
potato.
I don't have any personal things going on at the moment. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody! It's
Oh.
nice to be spending it with you fine people close to the thing. And if anybody, do you get anybody else have any personal announcements or anything you want to plug?
Nope.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. All right. Well, without further ado, let's get started this evening on Chronos World, New London. So where we left off, Cole had left the headquarters of the Metaphysical Investigation Authority, the MIA, a secret police group, if you will, in London, whose charge was to protect and observe and capture, study any sort of paranormal phenomenon in the entire city. Anything that was reported, they would at least send someone out to check it out. Well, Cole got caught up in them on accident, completely innocently, through the works of an underground criminals organization known as the Faceless Man. He had gotten intertwined with this MIA organization, and through a series of events ended up losing his trusted pal, Lightning, his donkey steed, if you will. Set out to find him in the night of New London and came across a automaton copperman, a law enforcement officer in London, who was spotted by a gnomish artificer and her elven friend for hire, more or less. After
That sounds amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Kale's my friend for hire.
Yeah, it's just, you slip a gold in his pocket or something, and he's like, he's got your back.
You know.
It's always good to have one of those. Cole was then spotted by some members of this organization that he had a run-in with before. Not going the political route and trying to talk his way out of it, he just fired his pistol into the night, and a battle erupted. Just the automaton copperman, showing her strength and battle prowess, just annihilated two dudes in the middle of the road, while Kale climbed a building and took care of a sniper on the roof, chasing the other one down. After the other one had fell, he jumped off the roof, slamming his blades into the shoulders of this assailant, essentially ending the battle. After a brief discussion and noticing that there were several people coming out of the nearby pubs and homes after hearing the gunfire and battle ensuing, they more or less fled, ducked out, traveled to Gertie's little apothecary shop, where they had a small rest and decided to eventually make their way, I believe, back to... Well, actually, you know what? That's where we're going to pick up. We're going to pick up there with you guys, still in Gertie's shop. What do you guys want to do?
We did leave. We were on the road.
Did we
I
leave?
couldn't remember if you
Yeah.
had left, like just left, and that's where we left off, or if you
Yeah.
were still in the
We had
shop.
just left. We were on the road. Lightning
Okay.
in tow.
Yeah, just has
walking-
lightning.
Yeah, Juice is chilling with Lightning. I'm in the front.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because we decided the order that we were walking. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I did too. All right, so the group leaves the apothecary shop. I apologize. As you leave, you hear whistles and commotion a few blocks up. Obviously, knowing that this is a sign of there's coppermen enclosing on the area. You look up and you see the regalia stretching into the sky like a golden pillar of civilization. At night, the regalia, the giant bronze and brass and copper tower that erupts from the middle of the city, it strikes through the darkness with lamps and bulbs that rise up the tower in uniform lines, making it look like an incredible vertical runway up to the heavens. Back on the ground, you see this road stretches on toward the commotion. Houses and small storefronts line the streets on the right, and to the left, about 100 yards or just under 100 meters, the row of buildings splits, intercepted by a broken cobblestone road. Turning the other way, the block goes for about 20 yards or so, where a large intersection divides the area into 6 roads like a big pie. What do you want to do?
So which direction's the way to the MIA headquarters?
Sorry. You know that you have to get to the Regalia.
Okay.
And you know of 2 entrances now, actually.
Yeah.
You know of 2 entrances, and one of them is on the north side of the Regalia, one of them is on the south side. As you're looking at it right now, you're looking at the southern face of this big round spire.
Yeah. And so which one was the one that I could conceivably get back into? Because one I needed the special key, right?
Correct. The one that you had exited out of, the one that goes to that big room with the generators and the wires all over the place.
So the other one has like a guard or something? Or I know there's a way I can get it on the other side, right? The north side? Was it?
The north side was the one that you needed that, it looked like an empty telephone booth that you needed the key for.
So the southern side is the one that I could get into.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, we're going there. We're going there.
Okay. Do you want to go down the block towards all the commotion, or go around a different way?
I look back at the group. I mean, I don't think we want to get involved with any commotion right now. Especially because I have lightning, right? We should go around, right? Yes?
I'd say yes.
Okay.
Yes. Curdy kind of, yes.
This way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to skirt around the commotion. I don't think we want to.
All right. So as you turn around, you enter this big intersection with that basically splits into 6 different ways, cross X and like one going vertical or horizontal, I guess, whichever way you're looking at it. You could turn around and make your way, trying to put a little bit of distance between you and the commotion up in front, the whistles and the marching coppermen towards where the danger was going on. Just, how are you feeling about all this?
Well, I don't really fear the coppermen that much. I don't really understand why these people want to avoid the coppermen. So I'm seeming to be very confused about this, and I'm going to like kind of turn towards everyone else and be like, what is wrong with the commotion?
There will be, if there's commotion, it will take us longer to get where we're going. You know, lots of people blocking our walking paths.
Yeah, I like getting to where I need to get to, and I don't like people.
Errant gunshots that take your head off.
You know, debris littering the streets.
Blood pools that you slip on.
People.
Okay. Okay. Well, I suppose that's what we're going to do then.
Remember, the faceless man is a huge threat to the whole city.
I still don't understand. Last time I heard, this gang was just doing real small town kind of mob stuff.
Well, that's as you heard, but I'm telling you, man, they're getting into some deep shit. Kidnapping scientists just like you, and I point at Gertie. And making them invent all types of things, and magical suppression, giant walking armor suits.
Oh shit.
Oh yes, oh shit is right.
Yeah. She looks very flustered, and like you see Gertie go pale. Lead on.
Okay. Yeah. Follow me. And we go around.
So as he's walking in the front with lightning, you know, I kind of just get close to my friend Gertie. I'm like, there's something wrong with that guy. Not sure what just yet, but something wrong.
Yeah. I'm just really worried about the whole science bit and the whole army raising thing. She's just like is actually shaking a little bit. She's trying to brush it off, but she's pretty distressed.
Kale goes. We're going in there. Where's walls? There's walls in there. Inside.
Yeah, I know.
No, we're going in there, right? No escape, no sky, no wall. Walls.
Okay.
Dirty.
No, I have to do this. Kale. You might not know why.
Yet.
Ah, shit. Yeah, no, we're going. We have to go. I have to go. You can stay here if you want.
My little black book of Gertie's ointments to Kale.
How much money does she owe you at this point?
She pulls out a pen and writes down one. Okay, I got it.
And remember, just as an aside again, that you've never seen another kobold probably like Cole. All of the kobolds in the city are like the third-class citizens.
Yeah.
They're very subservient, or they're in the sewers. So he's already kind of an anomaly. Besides just his getup, like he just.
Would you say he has a Napoleon complex?
A little bit. If you mean I'd kick ass with some guns.
Tiny kobold.
He's actually very large for a kobold, so.
Where it counts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, you know it.
Moving on, as you guys make your way around to the back of the block that Gertie's shop is on, taking the very closest left turn on this big six-way intersection, you can now hear there's whistling kind of coming from almost every direction. Again, you guys know, Just, you are very familiar with their tactic of the whistles. They blow them everywhere so that people vacate the street and go into their homes so that they have less distraction and less witnesses to any investigation that they're doing, stuff like that. It's more of just a easier way to put yellow tape around a crime scene kind of thing. They blow the whistle, and the people that don't vacate generally end up getting beat up. It's just it's how London's run. Now here in Kronos World. Welcome. So I would like you all, please, to make a stealth check. I'm trying to decide. I haven't read the 3.5, but as a big metal creature, I mean, considering if you were wearing heavy armor, you'd get disadvantage. How would that work?
I already have disadvantage.
Hey.
Oh,
okay.
No, honey.
Okay.
Sorry.
Me,
wrong dice. Wrong dice.
Oh.
No.
Better make one for lightning too.
Yeah.
But I would say that one is probably me trying to like handle lightning. I was like,
I think that one is lightning trying to handle you.
hey, I still get a 6.
Yeah.
Better than Gertie.
That's true, actually.
Damn. Oh, damn.
Hey guys, it's not a competition, all right? It's a collaborative storytelling game.
Yes.
But I'm better at stealth than her.
Yeah, and I, the one with disadvantage, am better at stealth than both of you combined.
I came here to have a good time, and honestly, I'm feeling so attacked right now.
Okay. Well, I feel bad. I'm sorry.
No, that's not what I meant. Okay.
Let's. I'm just fucking around. I'm sorry. Let's. Okay. So the way I was doing this was kind of a group roll. You all had to either half succeed or half fail, kind of thing. Thankfully, with the donkey, the group succeeds on the stealth check. And as you're walking by, you stop where you need to stop. You duck into an alley. Cole, you actually feel your arm get yanked, and as you turn around, you see lightning pulling you into an alley, trying to get away from all these passing coppermen. Using his brain.
Hand on my hat. Good call.
You it takes you about 20 minutes or so to make your way up to the Prominence. And the Prominence is the immediately surrounding neighborhood of the Regalia. It's where all of the terribly affluent people live. The 1% of London, they all live around the Regalia in these very tall homes. A lot of them are on big estate properties where there's a lot of grass around, just like their manors, fenced in, very tall fences. And you guys make your way through a collection of these things. As you make your way, Cole, you're leading them to the door that you had left, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're leading them all there. As you approach, I would like Cole and Kale to please make a perception check.
Cole or Kale?
Cole and Kale.
Yeah, Cole and Kale. Kale and Cole. Cole and
Is
Kale.
it what time of day is it right now?
Oh, it's like midnight.
Okay.
Yeah, it was very late when you left to go find Lightning, and this has all just kind of been happening. The fight, your adrenaline gets going. You can't sleep after that.
Is there like lights out? Like the street
Up
lamps?
here
Okay.
there is in the Prominence. As you guys look down these roads in front of the gated homes, you see gas lamps about every 30 feet or so, lit up, just kind of little flame, giving off not a bunch of light, maybe like 10-foot little radius. It's kind of foggy. The ground still looks wet for some reason, but it doesn't smell as bad, so that's good. And as you guys are walking, Cole, you notice the door to the building you're heading right towards. It goes, and then you see a like someone on the inside is trying to get out, but some reason can't.
Oh shit! I say, grab your guns and grab your arms. It is foulness afoot, and I want to give Donkey give Lightning a little pat, so he just kind of goes, into the alley, just kind of chills. I don't want him near if there's any action, basically.
Okay, you just kind of park him.
Yeah, I kind of park him.
Okay.
Put him over the little donkey thing. Yeah, and I guess I want to do some symbols that nobody can understand because I haven't shown them what my symbols are yet. And I'm gonna go rush over to the door, and while checking out the building, if I can see anything inside or hear anything.
So as this is going on, Kale takes sort of like a protective stance in front of Gertie. He kind of walks a little bit in front of her, sort of one hand in his hip, at top of his hilt, one of his swords, right-handed one.
I kind of, as Kale does this, I'm like, what's going on? And as he walks in front, she's trying to peek over his legs, I don't know what's going on. I'm short.
As you guys all do look over, it is pretty, now following Cole's gaze, because you guys didn't really know where you were going exactly, but now following Cole's gaze, you can see this specific door. There's something on the other side of it, and as you look at the door, it looks like just like an old barn shed kind of thing. It's not very pretty. It kind of sticks out around here, but it's attached to another larger building that doesn't really have any insignia or signs on it. And this wooden door, seemingly wooden, on it just from the inside. After about 30 seconds or so of this happening and you guys preparing yourself, the door finally slams open and you see one individual just sprinting outwards. He doesn't seem to have a weapon in his hand. He's just sprinting. Cole, with your 14 perception, you see this individual and you remember seeing him, but it's a little weird. You don't remember exactly where. You had seen him when you were leaving the MIA headquarters, passing you when you were going up the stairs and he was coming down them.
Yeah, he was kind of a dick to me, right?
He was a little kind of thing. There wasn't a lot of interaction. He had just kind of passed you and didn't think twice about it. And you just notice he's wearing the same type of clothing, like a brown coat with a cloth hat on him, kind of flipped over to the side, and he's just sprinting. You hear him huffing like he's been sprinting for a minute.
Is he running towards us? Like our direction?
kind of in your direction, not necessarily at you with the direction. He's sprinting out. And he just ran straight forward, which happens to be in your direction. Yes.
And if I kind of whistle, like, does he see us?
As this is happening, can I whisper, like, should we stop him?
No, he works for the organization.
So
we want
no
to know what's
stop.
going on. We want to find out what's going on. We want to talk to him.
Okay.
Let's not stop. Let's not stop him.
So as you whistle, you see his head kind of turn around, like where the hell did that come from? As he's sprinting, he looks over, he looks directly at you, and now you're waving, and he just kind of looks at you. And as he turns, a lamp post with one of the gas lamp posts right in his head, and he just slams into it full force. He goes back a little bit, shaking it. You can tell he's a little like concussed, maybe. He's just kind of standing there, and he's trying to find his balance to keep running. What do you guys want to do?
Over here, come on! What are you running into lamppost for? Get over here!
Approach him and try to help him get over to us.
I'm still standing there crossing my arms. This city's full of idiots.
Why? He ran into a light post.
You should probably look where you're going.
Yeah, it's pretty common knowledge. If you're running somewhere, you look where you're going, but that's just me.
You now hear more distant footsteps coming, and you look around to see where it's coming from. It's coming from the building that he had just sprinted out of. Now, Cole, you know that inside this building is a little bit of a staircase that goes down to a room filled with several generators, wires sprawled all across the ceiling that goes into more staircases and secret tunnels and whatnot. And you just hear probably about 6 people sprinting towards the doorway from the inside of the building.
Do we see?
Not yet.
Can I yell out to him, like, what's happening?
He turns to you. He does hear you. He does not respond, and he immediately starts running again.
At this, Gertie kind of, she has a little jar in her apron. She's going to pull it out and uncork this jar. And so there's a little shimmer, like an almost disturbance, that comes out of this jar and whooshes forward. And it's going to try to trip this man. Basically, you'll see the force come in front of the man, right in front of where he's about to run, and try to stop him from going any further.
So he kind of looks at Gertie, and he looks at the, he kind of asks Cole, he's like, "Want me to get him?" He kind of just shrugs.
All right, I'm going to bring you guys now.
That was that, by the way.
All right. How do I do this? Ugh. You have too many things.
All of the things.
There we go.
His hair looks familiar. I'm joking.
Yeah, that wasn't the place.
So I tied up Lightning probably, like, or he's kind of in the back. Yeah.
You can see this, right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, cool. So he came running out of this building this way. Right kind of past you guys.
All right, so over here probably. Kel, you'll be back with Gertie, right?
Right.
Yeah, okay. I'm right here.
This is the entrance, right? This is the entrance right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he came running
right
this way.
Okay. So how are we going to do this? He's just going to go ahead and make a dex save versus your spell DC, Gertie.
Okay. My spell DC is 13. How is it only 13?
Ooh, he does not.
Level 3.
That, right? So as he's running and you kind of toss it, this exactly what she described appears, and his foot kind of gets caught on it, and he can see it just totally interrupts him, and once again, poof, face down on the ground. He is kind of knocked prone at the moment, and he's not running anymore.
I mean, Juice was running over there, right?
Yeah, I was approaching, so I'm going to keep approaching him. Kind of.
I have my guns out and I'm watching the entrance.
Okay. So, Juice, as you're approaching him, you can kind of look to your left now and see this open wide door right here. And you can now see an individual coming into the light of the moon in the street. And it looks like a lithe woman very sunken in kind of cheeks, sporting a little bit of a black eye and red hair that kind of dangles and curls a little bit towards her shoulder. She has no hat on or anything like that. She's just sprinting. She stops at the doorway when she sees you by him, and she yells out, "Apprehend that man now!"
She immediately grabs him.
Okay. He is going to do his damnedest to try and resist you. So go ahead, please, and make a athletics check.
All right.
You got to beat a 7.
10.
You did. So you reach down and he fights up as hard as he can, and but with your big metallic arms, you just grab him by both arms and lift him up. He's standing kind of on his own feet, but you're just not wavering. You're just holding him still. And at this moment, the woman is now walking towards you, and behind her, through the door, you can see 1, and then 2, and then 3 other individuals kind of stepping out. None of them really seem to have any distinguishing features on them. They're all just dressed in dark clothing. The woman steps out and kind of hastily walks over to you, Just, and she says, "Oh, thank goodness you're here. Where did you come from?"
From that way. What seems to be the matter?
Damn. Okay. So as you're holding this guy, the woman with red hair, she kind of walks up and she takes her fist and balls it, and she shoves it as hard as she can into the guy's stomach. The way he's squirming, though, he kind of body blocks it a little bit with his arm, and it doesn't really seem to do anything to him. And then she steps back a little bit. Yeah, right. Badass.
Do I recognize these people at all?
Yes, you do. You specifically recognize this woman in red hair as Penelope.
Oh, it's Penelope.
Yes.
Okay.
And she's kind of definitely out of breath. Are you guys still hiding, or are you just
No,
not
I'm
really?
coming out toward Penelope!
And as you run,
Penelope!
Cole?
That's right, ma'am.
Are you with... Whatever. We have to get this man in the custody right now. We have to call the constable. We have to wake him up. We have to... I don't know exactly what this man was doing.
What's going on?
He infiltrated the MIA. I don't know how he got in. I don't understand. We have security at the door. You had left, and then this man just sort of appeared. We saw him. He fought several people. I think he killed someone on the inside. I don't exactly know what happened. We just know he was in there.
I mean, you say security, but it's just that one guy, right?
He got through it. That's what's important.
Okay, well, shit. Okay, should we all get inside? These are my new friends, or people I've just met that I think can help with the Faceless Man, because they are also enemies of him. Yeah. We were attacked by Faceless men, and I don't know what to call them. Faceless Men minions? Or something, whatever. Yes, we've come here to you have to back up my story, how he's taking over and taking scientists and all that jazz.
This kobold is real sassy. Oh my goodness. That's hilarious.
That's one way to put it.
He just like stands up for himself. It's real weird, but I don't know. He's got guts. All right, kobold.
As you say that, the man that Just is currently holding by his arms, he kind of just smiles a little bit. Yeah, let's go back in.
Oh no! And at this, Gertie kind of walks up. I don't like that smile. That smile means we should do the opposite.
Gertie, as you're walking towards him, you see it before you can hear it. The entire city lights up. An incredible bright light. Oh! It's like the sun just came out, and you hear it. You turn around and you can see now at the south side of the regalia, this ginormous ball of flame just erupts from the side of it. You see scorch marks and sparks flying everywhere as this mushroom cloud just forms at the side and rises up and dissipates into the air into black smoke. Everybody make a perception check, please.
I think I should make this at disadvantage. Right?
Oh, yeah, you should, for sure. Well, okay, yeah.
Gertie's just too busy looking at this explosion with like a wicked, probably too excited gleam in her eye. Like, oh my god, look at that.
I'm going like this.
Yeah, and as you and Juice, you look up and you can see the bomb exploded, but it doesn't seem to have really done much damage to the side of the building other than blackened it with char marks, and
So
some of the
bomb
bulbs
came
are
from the outside towards it.
You don't exactly know that, but it doesn't necessarily look like the building itself exploded. It almost looked like
Okay.
this happened near it, or somewhat.
Huh. Very interesting.
Holy shit! my eyes!
That
You-
was awesome.
I can't see!
You hear Penelope kind of, oh god, and then she turns to the man that just is holding, and he just has this disgusting smile on his face.
I would like to just throw this man to the ground, still holding him.
Wait, before she does that, can I slap him? I want to slap him.
Well, you were
I
kind of.
just
over here?
casually walk up and I just like take that mug of your face. Smug face.
You do. You slap him, and he kind of turns, and he spits out a little bit of blood.
I'm not like amused at all. Nor am I buying his BS.
You're gonna pay for that one, elf man.
And then he kind of pulls his hood up a little bit. And he kind of stares him straight in the eyes.
He made your eye contact for just a brief moment before all of a sudden his face disappears from your sight, and he gets slammed onto the ground by Juice, who's just kind of holding him there. You see a little bit of dust and mud kind of fly up from the force of her slamming him down on the ground there, and now he's just kind of shooken a little bit. I mean, he had he hit a lamppost, and then he tripped and fell on his face. Now he's getting slammed to the ground. Nobody knows really what's going on. Juice, are you doing anything else more?
I am going to say, what are you doing?
I'm fucking up the city, love. Care to watch it burn with me?
No, actually, I am here to stop you.
As you guys hear just kind of yell a little bit, get a little emotional, you can kind of hear her voice echo almost in the inside of the construct that is her body, and kind of rattles a little bit. Your eyes flare up a little bit just with anger, and he's just, good luck with that.
I pick him up. Other way.
All right. So as you kind of throw him, he falls and tumbles a little bit. Two of the three other people behind Penelope rush up immediately. Each one grab him from either side, and they're just kind of standing there. Penelope is now just with her hands up, just doesn't know what to do. Cole, you
hear Cole's voice, and he's like, "I think I'm blind. I'm definitely blind now. Hey, wait, can I see? Can you guys see? Is it dark? I don't know what's happening."
She looks
flailing about.
Go ahead.
Sorry, he was just flailing about now.
This redheaded woman that you three haven't met before, she turns to the one man who's currently not holding the thug dude, and she looks at him. Go wake the constable. I'm sure he's awake already. Let's go get him. Tell him to be down at the station. I'll be there shortly with this man.
What's this? Does anybody know this man's name? Who he's working for?
We were chasing him. We saw him inside. He fought his way out, and then you stopped him.
Dude, what's your name? I call to the man who's name. You have one. What is it?
He kind of takes his tongue, does one of these things, like loosens his tooth with it, and then spits it at you.
Can I do a death save to stop the spit?
Yes.
All right. Wait, where's my sheet? I lost my sheet. Hold on.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh
Wow,
shit!
he spits out that tooth, and you barely move, man. You're just like, stop.
Is it like a pinch? Is it like a pinch? Like you pinch it?
There you go. Yeah.
Jackie Chan style.
Absolutely, man. If you had chopsticks, you'd just be like, what? So
I
Gertie
fling it right back to his face.
Okay, and it like kind of gets him. It sticks to his forehead a little bit, and then kind of falls off and
That's
falls.
disgusting.
And he's just kind of standing there, sweaty, a little bruised now from being slammed around. And he's just kind of standing. Penelope turns to Cole. Cole, if I can't go back in there. I have to take this man to the constable. Would you please do me a favor? I don't know if your friends would help you. Would you go in there and make sure everybody's okay? I meet me at the station. Just when I'm sorry, she doesn't know your name. This Copperman should know where it is. Just meet us back there, please.
Meet you back at the Copperman station?
Yes.
Where I'm wanted?
You will be fine. I'm very on good terms with the constable.
All right. Will you take Lightning then with you?
Even in all commotion, she gives me one of those like. Yes.
I whistle and he comes over.
Comes trotting over with his hooves on the cobblestone, and she grabs his rope.
He goes up in the air on like.
she grabs his rope and kind of gives one of those little pets on his head. She's had him before, so it works. And the two men kind of start pulling him. The guy's fighting a little bit, so they lift him up, and he's not really touching the ground. They're just dragging him down the street a little bit, and Penelope's following with Lightning by the rope. And before you is the entranceway into the MIA building.
We're getting paid for this, right?
She doesn't turn and say anything.
Right. Justice isn't cheap.
I need payment.
Come on, friends. I mean, people I just met.
Okay. As we walk into the MIA building, you said before that through the open door you can kind of see piping and stuff along the building.
Absolutely. I mean, from the outside, you can see kind of piping. You can see wires coming from a bunch of buildings surrounding you. As you get closer to it, you can see now they're kind of like electrical wires that go to the roof of this building. Except there's not just one or two of them. There's probably like 100, and they're all unwrapped, just copper wires strung to this little like tube on the top of this building. And they go into it. And as you guys approach the doorway, you see there's about 6 or 7 stairs downwards before the room opens up again. You make your way down, and Gertie, this is probably like some kind of crazy dream for you. I just censored myself. I almost said wet dream, but I didn't.
You can, yeah.
Well, now that I said that, it's not really censored. So anyways, moving on, you walk into this room, and there's 4 big kind of turbine-like generators on either corner of this room. It's dug down probably about 10 feet. So with the roof only being about 10 feet high, it's kind of a high ceiling. And you can see now this tube that funnels in all these wires. They're spread out, kind of like spider webs all over the ceiling into each generator, into each turbine-looking thing on the inside of it. On the inside of each one of these things, you guys see it, they all seem to have this fiery glow to it, but you don't have that smell of burning coal that you would normally have in a generator.
Okay, Gertie is just looking around, absolutely like muttering to herself, like, oh, can I use identify to kind of see what is going on here?
Oh shit, I was not expecting that.
Boom.
Go ahead. Just want everybody to know that's not me crunching, that's Eric. I gotta pay $5 when I crunch, so.
Okay.
I
don't want to do it.
It does take a minute. So Gertie's just staying there. We're like, come on, Gertie.
No, you guys go ahead.
What is she doing? I go to Kale. Does she always do this?
She always does this.
Copper wires. Why would they all go to this?
I mean, this is kind of like an everyday thing for me. So.
How would you? Oh, no,
Just give her a minute.
All right, so a solid minute goes by with you guys just patiently waiting.
I guess while we're waiting, I would look for like tracks. I mean, I guess if anything kind of stuck out to me, like unusual or.
Yeah. Go make a perception check.
Kale is not looking for anything because he doesn't want to be here.
Okay.
He doesn't like enclosed spaces.
It's kind of how I feel about waking up every morning. I'm just like,
yeah, you know, hey.
Oh, damn, Cole.
Boom shaka.
He sees everything.
I know all.
Cole, as you're inspecting around, you don't necessarily see any traps or any sort of deviant mechanisms at all. But as Gertie's inspecting one of these generators, you start to kind of give it a look too, and you're looking underneath it, and you can tell that it's just propped up on like 4 like bear claw stands, like a bear claw tub kind of thing. There's really nothing underneath it, and you just start to have this thought in your head, like, what is powering this? All the other generators you've seen in London, and any sort of mechanism that produces energy generally is done by steam power, burning something to produce fire that boils water, which produces steam that powers the thingies. I can't think of the names. But there's nothing here. Gertie.
Yes.
You've never specifically felt this type or seen this type of, certainly, alchemy.
Mm-hmm.
This, whatever technology this is, firing up these things is something that you've never ever seen before. You're trying to get that smell of the soot, the burning coal. You're trying to look for some sort of power source. What is feeding this thing?
Yeah.
There is definitely heat coming from it. It is hot. And you start to have a quick flashback of your time at the university.
Okay.
And not necessarily working with you on the automaton projects and that such, but there were several studies of science going on at the university, as well as some of metaphysical forces. And you remember one man, and you can make a history check on this if you'd like, but you do remember one individual was specifically doing a study on how to produce heat without burning coal. And you remember very, very well that this man's name was Dr. Seaver.
Okay.
And Dr. Seaver wasn't necessarily a bad man. He just seemed pretty eccentric and pretty absolutely sure that he was going to change the world.
Yeah. Pretty kind of level, a little bit eccentric for the university, but usually geniuses have a big ego anyway, So do I know anything with the history check or anything else?
You know that Dr. Seaver was certain that he found a way, and he would describe what he wanted to build, but the university would never help him with funding, so he could never do it. He wanted to build a generator that would stand alone and power anything that you would want to, with not one coal being burnt, no emissions, no upkeep. It just goes. A fire bright and as hot as the sun being harnessed to provide power to all of London, to all of England, to sell this to other countries. And then the Nexus happened. And a lot of his contacts, a lot of his work had gotten lost. He tried to do his best to start it back up again, but he wasn't able to. And he kind of went down one of those scientists that turns into a joke in his field kind of paths. It wasn't very good and it wasn't fun, but this whole thing is just kind of reminding you of that guy. I'll put his name in chat. Boom. So, after that minute is spent, a lot of questions left unanswered. What do you guys want to do?
Continue on. Looking for she told us to look for survivors, right? Help out with survivors.
Right, she did.
Yeah. And so there was no tracks. There was no weird tracks in here, like unusual tracks.
No, not any unusual tracks. Just a bunch of footprints going from the door to this to the other corridor that you know heads down. And as you kind of usher everybody towards this long corridor that heads down, probably a good 5 minutes of walking downstairs. It's a thin corridor. There's no handrails or anything like that. No light. It's very dark. To those that can't see in the dark, it gets pretty pitch black towards the middle of it. And when you get towards the bottom, can any of you not see in the dark? Oh, just okay.
I'm just gonna hold a little flame in my hand.
Oh, okay.
So
I was like,
can't
shit,
see.
what are you doing?
I'm just going to attack somebody with
right?
I'm just gonna start throwing fireballs. No, I'm basically just gonna have a little a little flame in my hand, so it lights up, not doing any damage, but just trying to shed some light on the otherwise totally pitch black corridor, I guess.
Yeah, it's pretty dark, and then all of a sudden, Cole, you're the first person that noticed this flame kind of blinds you a little bit as you were just so comfortable in the dark corridor here.
Well, I'm in the front, right? So it's not as bad.
It's not as bad, but it's still
like,
right from darkness.
What? Why?
You keep being blinded this evening, man. So you guys make your way down, and you can almost instantly start to smell the smoke, the fumes left over from whatever the explosion was. It just kind of hits you, and you connect the dots. Makes sense. You make your way down to the door, Cole, that you had left that young boy that kept messing everything up and letting people in that shouldn't have been letting in. The door is now open, wide open. And Cole, as you're the first person in, you immediately see the young boy leaning up against the floor and the wall with a big dagger stuck in his chest.
Oh, shit. I look around. Is there anybody in this room besides him?
No.
I run over to him and put my little fingers to his neck.
Okay, make a medicine check, please.
I'm going to run up as well.
Not great. Medicine. I don't have advantage.
11. Okay. You put your fingers there. It takes a second. You're just pretty sure that you're not finding the right spot, and as you keep pressing,
like poking,
you don't find a pulse.
He's dead. I guess the dagger gave it away, but just want to make sure.
Can I I don't know if I need to make a check or if I can just cast a heal wounds to see if it works at all.
Gertie, go ahead and make a medicine check first.
Okay. Better. 15.
You're about to cast your cure wounds spell, and you put you kind of grab his hand just to make sure that everything goes through perfectly. Mm-hmm. And as you grab it, you feel there's been no life through this guy's hand for probably 10, 15 minutes.
Okay. Are his eyes still open?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gently gonna put down his hand and kind of do the thing where you close the eyes and just kind of and just step back.
Okay.
Cole says he was horrible at his job, but he didn't deserve this.
Kale, I imagine you go and loot the dagger from his chest.
Not while everybody's looking. That would be rude.
The blood spurt would not be.
Right.
I'm gonna wait till everybody's not looking.
Yeah.
That's why I stay in the back all the time. God, making me look like a bad guy to the audience. Kale is a good rogue.
Just is gonna kind of kneel down and just say a quick prayer to her god before standing back up again. Mostly along the lines of something like something revenge, something retribution.
Oh, I like the sounds of that.
Dark side.
What you?
Sorry.
She's way dark.
Oh. Is that what that was?
It just got creepy, quiet, and then she whispered, and I'm like, "What did I miss?" All right, perfect.
Let's find the assholes who did this.
Yes. So the familiar winding staircase upwards, right next to you. You guys go up that, probably another 3 minutes of walking up now, this winding staircase.
Now I get the dagger. Sorry. I was waiting for you to say they woke up to this somewhere. I was like, now I get the dagger.
Okay.
As he's going, Kale, come
on. He doesn't need it anymore.
Come on, before anybody sees you.
You make your way to an open door that leads into the corridor, Cole, that you're familiar with. Very down the corridor, at the very opposite side is where the other entrance and exit to this place leads. And between that is the mess hall, the barracks, Penelope's office, a few other offices, and the whole corridor is filled with this blackish smoke.
How thick is the smoke now?
It's kind of see-through, but it's definitely visible. It's the kind of that thing where you just maybe pull up your bandana over your little nostrils on the kobold face, and you could probably make your way through it.
Okay, and I'm low to the ground.
You are pretty big for a kobold, though.
Yes, that's true. Oh shit, my height. Okay, so I look around. We see. Is there anybody in there? Do I hear anybody? You're muted. You are still
Adam.
It's
Adam, you're muted.
Yep, I wasn't saying nothing to you guys. Sorry.
Okay.
I was saying it's 40 degrees out. I should go sunbathe.
So do we hear anybody?
I love how it
Wait,
got
was I
so
muted that whole
quiet.
time?
Yes, you're muted the whole time. Yeah,
Okay, what's the last thing you heard?
nothing. I said, do we hear or see anybody? And then it was,
Wow. Okay. Sorry.
oh no.
All right. Well, I'm glad. Okay, never mind. I asked you all to make whoever's actively looking to please make a perception check.
Okay.
That's why I was like, why aren't you rolling? What's going on? Awesome. Kale and Cole, you guys are kind of looking through. Cole, with you being in the front, and Kale, you're just a little bit taller than the most of the party, other than Juiced, who's apparently not looking very hard. You can see there seems to be an individual dressed in a black long coat laying face down on the ground towards this door. You see a little bit of blood kind of trickling out from his face. He doesn't seem to be moving whatsoever. But then you hear commotion further down the corridor, but you can't quite see through it through the thick dark smoke.
I point out to Juiced. Juiced, that guy, he's down.
Yes, he is.
We need to drag him out of here.
I go up to the guy again. I'm gonna check his pulse. Is he alive?
I walk a little further to check, sort of if there's something coming this way while they're doing this. I want to be in the way of Gertie and whatever's commotion going on thing, whatever.
Okay. The man laying down on the ground is dead. He's probably been dead for maybe about 20-30 minutes.
Shit.
The commotion that you hear down there, it just sounds like things being tossed and stuff being rummaged through. You don't quite know exactly what's going on, and you can't very well see more than maybe 15 feet down the corridor.
Okay.
So we want to
And this-
sneak up there then. Sorry,
Okay.
Go on, Abby.
What?
No, go on. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just about to say this man doesn't look familiar to me at all, right?
No,
Okay, just making sure.
that was a lot of people. Cole, go ahead and make a stealth check. Is anybody else sneaking up with him?
Yeah. I mean, sure.
Okay.
Genji, I love that was just the most like me sneaking what?
All right, so Cole and Kale, that's gonna get fun later on. You guys kind of get a little bit lower and sneak up. There are chunks of rock and drywall and wood just scattered everywhere, and you guys see little like holes in the sides of the walls and the ceiling a little bit. They look about the size of a bullet hole. And as you guys continue your sneaking, you hear the commotion. It's coming from the mess hall, Cole, where you've eaten a few times, and
Okay.
right across from that.
I kind of like not elbow him, but just kind of like get his attention. He's like,
Ow, God, my head.
is this usual here?
No, it's
Is
not
that
usual.
Oh, okay.
It's on fire, man.
I've never been here. You're the one who's asking.
No, the fire is not normal.
So at this point, I take my weapons out, and I just kind of both hands, like I don't go like this. I just kind of, like that instead. Sort of kind of like something's coming. I want to be able to parry it right away. So at this point, I'm on full guard, and I'm following Cole now because he knows the place. So I'm just kind of backup, I guess you want to call it that.
Okay. So Cole, are you leading the way up to the mess hall then?
Yeah, I want to sneak and see.
Okay.
What's going on.
All right, so you make your way up, and there's a couple small corridors off to the left and to the right that host maybe one or two offices. And you guys make your way past those. You don't see anybody. The office doors are currently closed. Colin, as you sneak your head into the big doorway there, looking around, you see Kobol, the individual that had helped you when you had fought the individual with the mechanized suit who led you through the sewers, his brother Kenneth. You see him kind of rummaging through the kitchen area, scavenging what food that hasn't been tossed on the floor or rattled. And he's just packing it into this big cloth, and he's just going crazy, just getting as much food as he possibly can.
And I don't see anybody else?
No, not at the moment.
I go, Kobo!
He stops and he turns and he looks kind of through the smoke at you.
It's me!
Oh, Cole, what are you doing here? And he doesn't really stop. He's still putting some bread and other things, rice pouches in his sack.
I go, what in two hill tarnations is going on here?
Yeah. He kind of just looked and he said, my brother and that Saxon guy, they went down to where Penelope told us to wait until morning. We were going to leave on their little expedition thing out of the city. We were gonna get out of here. All of a sudden it just boom. Everything rattled, the lights flickered, people started shouting. I was in here just grabbing as much food as I could take with me. I ducked under a table and I don't know what was going on. I heard gunfire. I heard people screaming and yelling. I don't know what happened. It got quiet about 10 minutes ago, so I just decided to pack up the rest of what I could and get the hell out of here.
You don't know who's attacking right now?
No, I don't think we're still under attack. I haven't heard anything for the last few minutes.
Are there any other survivors?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I've only heard me. And I'm trying not to be heard.
You're not doing a very good job at it.
And he looks, oh shit. Well, whatever. I'm just trying to get out of here.
Have the ladies followed us?
No, they're still doing praying things over there.
Yeah, it's just doing praying things.
Juice is still back in the room with...
Yeah, because I'm not good at sneaking. I'm not about to go sneaking off to dangerous stuff. I'm still kind of...
That's why she's with me.
I'm also... You see Gertie, as soon as, like, Juice starts praying, she's just looking super wide-eyed, like, oh my gosh, she's praying. She believes in a higher power. Oh my gosh. And then she's going on with scientific babble about, building a conscious and a soul and...
All right, so I think at this point we'd probably can we whistle to them, or is it too far away?
I was under the impression that you all went up the spiral staircase and were at the front of the corridor.
Yeah, we're all up. We're all up the stairs.
They could definitely hear you if you were making noise.
I go, it's clear up here if you want to come forward.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
Gertie and Juice, as you guys are walking up the corridor here, I'd like you both to please make a perception check.
I can do that. Where's my perception? There you are. Oh.
Nice.
No.
Her dark glasses can't let her see in the dark.
I wear my sunglasses at night.
Woo.
All right. As you guys are walking up, Gertie, you're just kind of looking around and trying to rationalize all of the chaos around you, trying to figure out what could have caused this, what caused that, how could I replicate that? Yeah. Juice, you're looking around and you hear down a small corridor to the left of you, behind a closed door, you hear and then you hear a thump.
You're muted, Genji. Or Genji.
You're not muted.
Was she not muted?
Mm-mm. I don't know what's going on with the
mic.
No, I can't hear you still. There you
go.
Oh?
Yay!
We're good.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
Just is going to say, I think we have company, and kind of gesture towards the direction of where she heard the sound.
Okay.
Okay. Gertie, are you going with her? Or are you going towards where you know Kale is?
Yes.
I don't think that was the right response to it. Yes, sir.
Oh wait.
Are you going with going with Just, or are you going?
Yes.
She sounded so strong in that. Yes, man.
100%. That's what I'm doing.
She was like, "You know me."
Yeah. Yes. That's me.
Oh my god.
I am convinced.
I'm gonna go with Just to where you've got company.
All right.
Because yeah.
Okay. So as you two turn, Kale and Cole, you guys don't really hear them. You still hear this guy in this room packing up all this food. He's just about done now. There's really nothing left other than the little baskets that the stale bread was being held in. Just as you turn down the way and you get to the door, you want to open it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you reach for it, you turn and you push it open, and in there you see everything in there almost has like a coating of black soot on it. At the far side of the room, there's just littered with papers. There's a big desk in it, a big bookshelf. Half the books are on the floor. On the far side of the room, you see a window. The window is open, and you see halfway out the window and halfway in, or not halfway, but kind of his arm is hanging out the windowsill, and the body of a black Tabaxi individual laying there, not moving.
Did you say Tabaxi?
Yeah,
Okay.
a cat man.
Gotcha. I just was making sure. Okay, I kind of not Genji, oh my gosh. Gertie walks in after Juiced. I've got this, guys. I'm in the game. So Gertie walks in after Juiced and is looking around, and can I try to figure out when what kind of happened, or where this soot has originated, I guess.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check, please.
I can do that. I can make a check.
Boom,
That's so
there you
much
go.
better than one.
As Just is kind of standing in the doorway looking at all this, Gertie, you kind of just peek in around her leg and you can see everything in that I had described, just this chaos of an office. Looking around, you can tell that this is definitely char from extreme heat at a very fast pace.
Okay.
Everything in this room is covered in it, including the body of the Tabaxi individual.
Okay. I'm gonna take out an empty jar, and I'm gonna take a little bit of the black stuff, and I'm gonna put it in just to test it later. I'm gonna go up to the Tabaxi and see if the Tabaxi is alive or not.
Okay, go ahead and make a medicine check, please.
Medicine. And 9.
You go up and it's a cat man. You don't really know where his pressure points are. You kind of grab his tail a little bit. He doesn't seem to move or react, but as you get close, you kind of see his chest inflate and then deflate very slightly.
Okay. I kind of turn to Genji. It looks like, I turn to Justin. Oh, he's still alive. Maybe we should get the other guys in here, and I'm gonna cast a Cure Wounds.
Okay. 11. Damn, nice.
Boom.
Okay. So you cast your Cure Wounds. The Tabaxi man kind of Did they make it out?
Who? What?
Everyone. Is anybody hurt?
Oh, honey. Do you know what happened here?
Yeah. Yeah, and he lifts his arm, and now you didn't even notice this before. His arm from the elbow down is missing on his right arm.
Has it looked like it's been missing? Like, is this an old injury or is this very recent?
It is extremely recent.
Oh,
and
no.
It looks like it was blasted off and immediately cauterized at almost the exact instant.
Well, I guess that's one less step that we'll have to take for that. It's true.
You say that out loud?
Yeah, I do.
Oh my god.
Because Gertie's kind of mumbling to himself.
That's Kale, folks.
Doesn't have the bedside manner.
Oh, no. Okay, you have to tell me. Most people got out. We're checking right now. You have to tell me what happened.
There was an intruder.
Yes, we know. We captured him.
Oh, good. I don't know how he got in. Penelope spotted him here in this office. He was looking for something. There was a bag on the ground. A bag. I don't know where it came from. I think he left it. I heard it ticking. And then he fled, and I just heard the bag ticking, and I didn't know what to do. So I locked myself in the room and tried to get it out the window as soon as I could.
Oh.
I couldn't get it out in time. And as he coughs, you actually see a little bit of soot and kind of smoke come from his lungs.
Okay.
I just need to... And he kind of just nods off right in front of you.
Guys! And now Gertie is kind of like, doesn't know what to do. This guy's stabilized, but beyond that, what? He probably needs medical attention. Guys.
So how close are we to her and Juice?
You guys would only be like maybe 40 feet down a corridor, so you could certainly hear her. She's shouting.
Okay. So I kind of turn to Cole, sort of kind of like, you got this here?
Well, she said guys, right?
Well, I mean, I don't know if you want to talk to your friend or figure out what's going on this side of town.
I already talked to him, so...
Cabal takes the sack, throws it over his shoulder, and he's like, good luck to you.
I give him a little... Happy trails!
He turns the corner, and he disappears.
So we're sort of like in an office area, like corridor, or like, what is it?
Yeah, so the room that you were in with that other individual was like a large lunchroom kind of thing. There's picnic benches in rows, about 2 rows of 3 picnic benches. On one side, there's a big counter.
Is there like a first aid kit, bots, emergency thing around here? I figure like a type of building would have maybe something like that.
There's not one just like on the wall. It says in case of bleeding to death, break here.
Okay. I figure I'd ask.
Not specific. It's not a bad question.
So I guess we make I make my way back to Gertie, and as you said, we passed some doors, right? That were locked.
They were closed.
They were closed. I check as I'm going by them if they're open.
They're all unlocked.
Okay. I just kind of take a quick peek just to see if like anybody's in there or needs help or whatnot as I wake my mate back.
Or there's any treasure that can be taken, you know.
No, I mean, I'm chaotic, but I'm also good. So
I gotcha. I'm making a joke.
It's
okay.
you know, again, not while everybody's looking.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Judging.
No, so I look in the door like just to see if anybody's like needs help, I guess.
Okay. There's 3 doors that you could check without really going out of your way. The first 2 you open up, there seems to be just an office space, a small office space, a row of bookshelves behind them with the books kind of rattled a little bit. The desk seems kind of messy and cluttered. There's a typewriter on one side, a lamp on the other currently turned off. And both the rooms look very similar. The third room, though, you open it up and you see what looked like, for lack of a better word, like locker stalls. All of the doors to these lockers seem to be closed, and there's a bench in the center of the room, and along the walls lined is just lockers.
Okay. And I asked Cole, is like, do they keep medical equipment in here?
I have no idea.
And like at this point, Kale just kind of raises an eyebrow. I was like, I thought you worked for these people.
Well, yes, I was an associate, but it wasn't that long of a working relationship. I think we should get going to Gertie. Sounded like there's trouble up ahead.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead? I'll follow you.
Cole runs up. His tail whipping to the tail.
Kale, what are you doing?
So I kind of look at Gertie, and he's like, hey, what do you have, like potions? You need medical equipment? There's an office with lockers here.
Oh, yeah, I can go get them in a second. Right now, just stay back. Just and I will get this guy out. I don't know what this black stuff does yet. I don't want to...
Am I in the room yet with them?
Yeah.
No, at the doorway? Because as soon as they probably entered the doorway, I'd be like, don't come in.
But I see Shadao.
Yeah, he's laying there on the ground. It's very easy to spot.
All right, Cole runs forward.
and I go inside the room with the lockers.
All right.
Obviously.
What happened? Is he dead? Is he alive?
No, he's alive. Yeah.
Holy shit, his arm.
Yeah, it just happened. It's cauterized though. So.
Well, that's good. I guess
that's a plus.
That eliminates a step. Yes, but anyways.
That's what I said.
Oh, okay, but still, Shadao, are you awake? I kind of like poke at him. He's not awake, right?
He's not responding. No.
Oh my god, he was my compatriot. He was my main guy here.
Your compatriot?
Yes, my ally, my saddle companion.
Oh.
My gun brother. Or he didn't really have a gun; he had a sword, but still.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think he's gonna be okay. I kind of turned to just. We might want to get him out of here with all this soot, though. Could you carry him?
Of course I could. And she goes over and, like, very quickly, like, tries to find a way to, like, carry him without doing as much pain as possible. Like, the least amount of pain to carry ratio we have here.
Oh, baby girl, you're doing so well. And Gertie kind of, like, says this as she's picking up.
So as you get one arm under his shoulder area, the other under his legs, you lift up using your legs with like a pro, and you just kind of turn and what do you want to do? You want to walk him out of the room?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk him out and kind of like sit him down like outside.
Okay. So you can certainly do that just across the hall, kind of set him down gently. He just seems like completely unconscious. He's just not moving. But you can certainly tell that he's breathing though. Kale, as you're in the room with the lockers, go ahead and please make an investigation check.
Can I see first what I see with, like, what? Because so the way I want to do it is, I want to look for medical equipment first. If I don't find anything, then utility stuff second, and weapons last, if anything. I want to actually help the group, help people, I guess is what I call it.
What? All right, go ahead and make an investigation check, please.
Host connection detected. Routing hollow feed now.
It keeps disappearing from me.
Oh, shit, where are you?
14.
14. Okay, so as you start opening up a few lockers, what you do notice is most of these are just coats with hats, umbrellas, boots for different sort of weather. You don't really seem to find anything, even checking the pockets. You find a total of about 15 coins, 15 gold pieces throughout the looking around. As far as any medical things, you don't find really any medical bandaging, any health packs, any sort of first aid whatsoever in this entire room. You do find, though, in one locker, probably wouldn't make much sense to you, but it looks to be like some sort of 6-shooter revolver, kind of just sitting on top of the locker on this little shelf. There's a little box of shells next to it, and it's just kind of the chamber of it's open, and it's just laying there.
Is there a... Oh, wait. Would I be able to sort of be suspicious as to why is there just a gun laying there in the open?
I don't know, man. A lot of people got guns. I mean, it's not necessarily uncommon for an individual to have a firearm with them.
But I also just came in from a room full of holes. Not sure if that's an enemy weapon just laying there, or they have that technology back there to like read prints, like fingerprints and stuff.
No.
I don't think so.
Not
I mean,
yet.
not like forensically. Maybe
Okay.
best.
I grab it along with the shells. Is there a badge?
You don't find any badges, no.
All right, so sure, I'll take the gun and the shells.
Okay.
With the 15 gold.
And unfortunately, that would be all you find.
All right. No potions. Cool.
Yeah. And before I leave the room, can I take one last investigation check? Because from what Shadao described, it seemed like the man, when he was in the room, was looking for something.
Okay. Fair enough. Go ahead.
So just one more, and if not, if it doesn't do anything, then it doesn't do anything.
Wow. All right.
Dirty.
So, Gertie, most other people probably wouldn't have been able to see this whatsoever, but just due to your height, you happen to see that on the opposite side of the desk, where an individual would be sitting in a chair, there is a lot of books and papers tossed all over the place, but there seems to be what looks like, because his desk is sit on 4 pegs, like 4 legs, right? But just kind of looking at it, you can see that there happens to be a 5th leg, totally not in any way that would be structurally relevant. You don't quite know what it would be.
I take a closer look at this 5th leg of this weird chair.
The 5th leg of this weird, well, it's on the desk,
On the desk.
kind of in front of where the chair would be sitting, kind of thing, like where you could almost
in the middle.
tap it with your foot. So you get down next to it, and you kind of look at the seam of where the thing meets the desk, and you can definitely tell that this is not just a peg holding up this desk. It seems to almost have a shape like a lever that can go back or forth.
Ooh, I'm gonna kind of gently try to push it back and see what happens.
Okay. You're pushing it back, not forward?
So so here's the desk. So like you would put your foot against it like this.
Absolutely. Okay. So as you push it that way, you hear a click right next to your ear inside of a drawer of this desk.
I open up that drawer.
Okay, as you open up the drawer, you pull it back. You can see it's filled with just papers, and there's a few like sketches that look like of a park with trees and some people. You're kind of digging through it, finding where that click came from, and at the bottom of it, you can tell that this drawer had a false bottom. You pull it up, and you see what looks to be like a rolled up scroll with twine holding it together, and that's the only thing that's in there.
I'm gonna open that scroll.
You're just gonna open it right then and there?
I'm just gonna open it right then and there.
Okay.
We see all this happening, right?
Yeah.
Basically, Gertie
Gertie
is like crawling around on the floor, like open up desks.
Time and place, Gertie! Fire! Death!
That's it.
All right. So as you're looking at it, you can see it looks like a list. It looks like a list of names.
Oh, shit.
There's about 8 names on the list, and I'm gonna make that list a handout for you guys so that you can read it.
Okay.
But you know what? Go ahead. Are you first of all, are you reading it out loud or to yourself?
To myself right now, just
Okay.
because I'm trying to skim it, see what it is, and then I'll put it away.
All right, perfect. So you see at the top of this name, there is a man named Reggie Knoxville. Name doesn't really ring a bell. Then you see Gertrude Vermillion.
Mhm.
That name doesn't really seem to ring a bell.
Mm-mm.
And then you see a name towards the bottom of the list, Robertson Sievers.
I know that name.
That name you do specifically know.
I worked with him. Shit.
There is nothing on this document stating what it is, what these people are doing on this list.
Shit.
You're just
Okay.
there.
Okay, I've got a weird list of names. We can look at this later, though. What else do we have to do? Fire, death.
Yes, there might be more people injured.
All right, let's go.
All right, so as you guys leave this main office building now, with the things that you've got back out into the corridor, Shadao, this tabaxi individual is just unconscious, propped up against the wall. That's where we're going to go ahead and take our break. It'll be about 10 minutes-ish. It won't be longer than that, I promise. So if you guys are hanging out with us right now, go ahead, walk up, stretch, take a piss, pee, whatever. Piss, thank you. Wanted to be correct here with my terms. Come back, check out what happens for the rest of this crazy little adventure, and we will see you in a moment.
Oh.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Thank you so much for hanging out, sticking around. I hope your bathroom break was as fulfilling and relieving as mine was. So we left off. This group was just kind of exiting this room where this seemingly bomb exploded. Moving into the long corridor, and to the right, probably only about 15-20 feet, is the entrance that you had coming up where the spiral staircase is. To the left, farther down, probably a 100-foot hallway, 33 and a half meters for others. I don't know. I'm totally wrong. But that's the way that there's more of this building kind of to explore that you guys haven't quite been to yet.
I mean, I looked to the group, but I think we're carrying on, right? Is Kale out yet? Have you joined us, Kale?
Yes, I have.
Okay. All right, You got anything good? I say, did you get any medicine kits?
I found nothing useful.
Okay. Let's go.
All right.
Go deeper into the building. Look at it. Look at his smug face. Insight check.
Geez, now that's like, what do you do? It's kind of. Kale, go ahead and make a deception, please.
Oh, I was joking though. I have no reason to mistrust them.
That's fair. I agree with that. Okay, perfect. Moving on. You guys make your way down the corridor. The smoke is kind of starting to a little bit escape. It's becoming a little bit clearer now, and you still don't really hear anything.
Okay. I mean, I'm calling out because there's no. We were told by multiple people now there's no enemies. It was just the one guy, right?
Right.
Okay, so I'm calling out.
Okay. After a few moments of you guys making your way slowly down this corridor, you come to another cross path. To the right, there's another corridor that just goes straight to a wall, but there's offices on either side. And to the left, same exact situation, but at the end of this corridor is another window that leads outside. The window is currently closed. As you're calling out Cole, from the left side towards the corridor with the window, you hear and then it stops. It sounds like something or someone is banging down this hallway in one of these offices with the closed doors.
All right. Cole definitely heads on that way. And the window's shut? Is it a glass window or is it like a wooden?
It's a glass window, but it looks like it's tinted. Like it's very dark and tinted. And it's weird because on the outside of the regalia, you don't really see any windows. There's really no windows visible on the regalia itself. It looks like this big, just brass tower. But here you can clearly see the entire city out this window.
All right, so we go to the door. Hello?
You hear another doof, doof, and then it just kind of stops.
Can I open the door?
Yeah, so as you open the door, you're kind of taken aback by the just carnage that you see on the inside. You immediately looking down, there's blood in front of you. It leads about 5 feet in. The desk is there. It's kind of disheveled and kind of pushed crookedly in the room. There's papers and books strewn everywhere. And you see in the side, like right to your left in the side of the room, there's a couple filing cabinets that have been tossed over. And then from the filing cabinets, you hear another doof, doof, help.
I mean, run over. I look behind me, right? Everybody's with me?
Yep.
All right, so as you run over, you see a shorter female individual with kind of black hair. It looks very wiry, and it just kind of cuts straight around her neck. It just stops straight, kind of like the Uma Thurman in Pulp Fiction. Very similar haircut. You can see her. One of those filing cabinets is obviously like on her chest, and she can't push it up. She's doing her best. She's just out of breath and winded. Help.
Cole goes.
Cole is like,
Oh my god, Cole.
I got this.
we go, I help. I assist.
All right, Cole, go ahead and do this with advantage.
Strength, right? Just straight strength.
Yeah. 14. Okay. So, Kale, as you're helping, Cole's kind of getting in your way, and he's not allowing any leverage to be applied. And you guys are both just trying to lift, and you're almost tipping it up towards her head now, before you stop a moment. And she kind of help.
I push them both out of the way very gently, very gently.
As it's up, as it's kind of up and they're lifting it up, I'm gonna try to kind of like try to scoot her out from under.
Okay.
Eh?
Make a strength check, please.
Oh no. Can I not do that instead? Shit. Shit, I didn't want this. I didn't think before I talked.
I hope it's
No.
a 0.
Oof.
Yeah.
Shit.
Eh,
Okay.
eh.
So as you guys lift this thing up, just barely getting off of her chest, almost tipping it forward, you see Gertie down by her ankles, pulling her, kind of shoving her neck into this filing cabinet now. And then as you guys kind of give up and you can't quite lift it, you put it back down, and now it's not quite on her chest, it's more on her throat. And the corner of this thing is just kind of digging in. And she's not doing too good. She's turning blue and purple.
I am going to lift this.
I'm sorry.
I am going to lift this.
All right, go ahead and make a strength check, please.
Now this whole rides on me, and it's all going to be your fault when I fail this.
I mean, you're the last one to touch it.
Oh, shit. So just you push them out of the way and you grab it and you try with all your might to get this up. It's not that it's heavy. There's just 2 or 3 of these things kind of piled on top of each other. And you're trying to lift it up without crushing this woman underneath it.
What? So
Can I grab my crowbar and put it so it's wedged in between the ground and the filing cabinet while it's up?
You kind of already had your thing during this. You had a crowbar, man. Why you always use it afterwards?
I don't know, but now Juice has it, so I have the crowbar. I remember. I have the crowbar. I yell. I shove
I think
it.
we all do.
Oh, shit.
No, you don't understand, though. This is the crowbar, and I put it right underneath the file cabinet.
Okay, so just as lifting it up as much as she can right now, and you take your crowbar and you shove it under there. It's still kind of pressing on her neck, but she seems to be able to get me out of here.
So
please.
Can I, as they're all doing this, Kale sort of kind of go next to her and push with his feet away? Like, will he fit there?
Yeah, you could fit between it and the wall, kind of pushing yourself up on the wall and using your feet to try and push it over, like off of her neck a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I would want to do.
So just lifts it up. He props it up with this crowbar, and then you come around and kick it with your foot, knocking it off the crowbar, and now it slams about from 4 inches off of her chest down back onto her. And this woman is just immediately, she loses her breath.
Fuck.
And her eyes kind of roll back as she turns over.
It wasn't our fault.
The color kind of leaves her face a little bit.
Oh, shit. Well, you can't win them all.
Just kind of just stares at this, and this is the first time she's ever seen someone die, and she just...
Wait a minute, you split somebody in half last episode.
Without having to kill them.
That wasn't trying to kill us.
Yeah, the first person, just out of her control, just, and she just kind of, if she had skin coloration, she would have paled, but she doesn't. So she just kind of stands there rigidly, just completely frozen in place.
We didn't help. We made it worse.
You can only sometimes you win them, sometimes you lose.
Shit. I'm gonna go over and make sure this lady really is dead.
She's dead.
I feel like she's dead.
You check everybody.
I do. I don't want to leave somebody who's
I know.
alive.
But she's obviously dead.
Gertie, as you walk over, it is dead. She is dead. This person that was suffocating and is now crushed. You can just tell that the way the filing cabinet is on her chest, that it just crushed her bones into her organs, and it was probably very painful and may not have been very quick.
Oh shit. Shit. We didn't help. Help.
She would have died anyways. It sucks, but
Yeah.
we should find more. Let's just move on and find more survivors.
More victims.
Survivors to rescue.
Not sure that's a good idea at this point.
We are rescuers. Can I go out back to the hallway and shoot this window out?
Sure. You go out and you guys just without warning just hear this, and you look over and you see Cole just with his arm extended towards the window, and Cole, you see the shot go through the glass. It kind of doesn't shatter outwards like you would almost imagine it does, but your shot goes through it, leaving a very small hole through the glass.
That's weird. Maybe Juice, can you smash this thing so we can let some smoke out?
Oh no.
Oh.
She kind of nods a little bit and she goes to like try to break this a little bit more.
Okay. Go ahead and make just a straight out strength check.
Did my hole help though? Does she have advantage from my hole?
No, that's just affected the DC.
Okay.
You go up and you start where the hole is, and you can maybe get a finger in there, and you start kind of wiggling it around. You get your fist, and you start kind of ripping this glass apart. It's not breaking and shattering like normal glass would. You literally have to tear it. It's an extremely incredible material. You don't know what it is. You've never seen this before. You're just expecting glass, and you're kind of ripping it apart. And Cole, you're behind her, seeing her peel this material off, and then when it hits the ground, it's like it turns to glass. Still tinted, but it turns to glass. As soon as she removes it from the window frame, it seems to turn to glass. And now there is a big hole, probably about a foot in diameter. You guys can immediately feel the fresh air, but all the smoke is now kind of being funneled towards that hole.
Can I go up to the window thing and see if there's anything about the window pane itself?
Like on the inside?
Special? Like on the inside, because you said when the material goes on the ground, it turns just to glass. But if it's still connected to the frame, it's a certain material.
Yeah, it is. So and you go up there and you kind of inspect it, and as you grab it, it's so weird for you. It feels solid. It feels solid and unmovable, kind of like a big block of ice. It's just solid and it's there. It doesn't feel like glass. It's cold like ice. And it is tinted very dark blacks. And as you kind of can almost stick your head out of it and look, and you just see the tower kind of goes up like a spire a little bit. You can see the tower, and as you're kind of looking at through the thickness of the glass, it just looks like glass, but as you touch it, it's cold like ice, and it's solid, and it doesn't break on your hand. You kind of just have to peel it apart, almost like a skin.
This is some weird alchemy shit.
This whole building is weird.
I do not like that.
All right, let's look for more survivors to rescue.
Okay.
Which way was the armory, by the way?
Survive from us?
No. We saved them. That was just a hiccup in an otherwise stellar record we have.
Stellar record.
Yeah, we saved the Tabaxi. Probably some other people at some point. I don't remember really. Let's just move on.
Oh no. Oh no, just. We'll have a talk later. I'm sorry. You feel bad? Oh, my baby.
I put my. Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, go ahead, bud.
I put my little hand on Juiced. I don't know where it even reaches up to, and I say, we can be sad about this later. Right now, we need to stay focused, and we can help more people that might not make it if we were out here. So. Be sad later. Now focus to save people. I don't know what I'm reaching.
Kale goes to a Gertie, and he sort of kind of just says, she has to learn to understand every aspect of death, not just the ones you take.
I know, but still, hard seeing your baby grow up and have to. I mean, it's hard to see a construct who obviously
Gail just has an eyebrow raised the whole time she's talking.
It's scientifically interesting. Yeah. Whatever.
He takes a little handkerchief from his pocket and just kind of.
I'm not crying. Something's in my eye. It's all.
Of course. Yep.
Yeah, it's smoke because the building's on fire.
Okay, let's go.
Let's not.
It's okay, just as I'm like, tears are streaming down my eyes at this point. Like, it's okay. Let's go. It's just smoke.
All right. So you're making your way around. Cole, you're looking for the armory?
Which direction was the armory?
The armory that you remember was the room with the lockers.
Oh, that was the armory.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Shit.
Where I found nothing useful.
Uh-huh. All right, I guess so we yell out, there's nobody in this room. Is there anywhere to go down more of this room, or this office, right?
Through this way by the window? No. Opposite the main corridor, there is about 2 or 3 other offices.
Okay.
And one of the doors doesn't look like the other office doors. Most of the doors look like that old style private detective kind of door where most of it's wood, but it has that fuzzy glass in the middle of it with the stickers that say your name. They all kind of look like that, but there is one door specifically that is just a solid sheet of some sort of metal.
Okay. Well, I mean, we would go back to the hallway, right? The other hallway and start checking those offices first.
Right. It is around. It is one of those 3 doors. The 2 offices, they're just papers kind of tossed about. They look more neater. It doesn't look like a lot of the commotion maybe saw its way into this area. There's really not much in there, but papers describing different surveillance notes, agent reports that don't really say anything meaningful. It just looks like they like to spy on people. And as you make your way to this door, there's no handle on it.
Gertie, you're good at these things, right?
Wait, what happened? I go up towards Cole. What's up?
Do you see this weird door with no handle?
Oh, that's weird. I kind of inspect the handle, and do you think with my thieves tool, I'd be able to open it up?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Okay.
Perception 16.
So looking at it, as you're just kind of inspecting it, as you're pulling out some of your tools from your sack there, you don't really see a lock hole or a knob or anything. It just looks like a flat sheet of some metallic substance.
Huh.
Touch it?
I poke it.
Okay, you poke it, and it's like just metal, like almost iron.
She poked things.
Stop!
If you had an inspiration card, I would take it.
That's your one freebie, okay? That's your one freebie.
God, that was yeah. Okay. Kind of look. Well, it's not. I don't. Shit. So it doesn't look like there's a latch or anything. If I push against it, does it give at all? Do I get the feeling that? No.
It certainly does not give at all. It is just solid.
Can I use identify? Because this doesn't
spend a minute doing that.
I mean,
is there anywhere else for us to go at this point, Adam, or is this pretty much the whole?
Not really. The only other place that you guys haven't really gone in would be the barracks with all those bunks and such. And that was across from the mess hall that you had originally gone to.
Okay.
While she does this, is there the door frame? Is there like any wires coming out of it, like going somewhere? Like, is there anything attached to the frame of the door, like wires?
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
I'm not really good at those, by the way.
Yeah, not bad.
It was not bad. So as Gertie's kind of preparing her ritual to get this thing identified, you start looking in trying to find a crease, and it doesn't really look like a crease. You find no evidence of any hinges that would allow the door to swing either out or in. And as you're kind of looking through one side of it, you don't necessarily see any wires, but you swear you almost see some sort of red light blinking.
Can I take my cutlass and just sort of kind of poke it?
You want to try and like shove it between the door and the frame?
Yeah.
Okay,
if
sure.
It's possible.
Yeah, go ahead and make a strength check.
Okay. Strength check. Straight strength?
Yeah. Or that would be athletics, I suppose, right? Yeah. Whichever, if you have proficiency in it. You take 8 points of electric damage as you shove your blade in there, and you immediately feel it hit something. And Gertie, you watch up and you see Kale kind of go, and you let go of the blade as it's now shoved in there, smoke coming off of it where your hands were touching the hilt and the metal itself. And the blade is kind of just jammed in there.
Shit. What did
that doesn't short circuit anything though, right?
You have no idea. That just hurt like a bitch.
Shit. I have an idea.
Is that normal for you?
No.
Oh, fuck.
What was that?
He stuck his sword in the hilt, I think, in the door frame. But dude, are you okay? Did you get hurt at all? And there's no visible like wound or anything. So Gertie's like,
is his hair like this?
Can't tell. I have a hood.
Okay. Is your hood up? Like,
is it like
yeah.
Well, I do have a beard, so it could be spiked out at this point.
Your eyebrows too?
Just a little bit smoking.
Yeah, that looks like it hurt him pretty bad.
I have an idea.
yes.
Okay.
Stand back, everyone. Please stay safe. And she is going to try to do the exact same thing with her greatsword.
Okay. Go ahead and make a
Oh,
strength check.
Cole says she's like talking to it or something.
Athletics?
Yeah, athletics. Yep. Oops. All right. So as you take your giant blade and you kind of use whatever gap was created by his blade that's still currently in there, you just and you guys see the frame kind of crack a little bit through the wall. The wall kind of develops crack down it, and she pulls the blade out, and now you can see kind of sparks flying a little bit from this little gap here, and then from the wall you can now see a red blinking light. It looks like a handprint that wasn't visible before. Right next to it, the handprint is blinking red, and it's just like this. Kale, make a. Oh yeah, you just got healed. You're okay. Okay, Kale, go ahead and make a perception check, please.
You said perception?
Yes, please. Cole, actually, you as well. I'm sorry. $17 and 17.
I don't have advantage.
Well, why is it toggled?
Sorry.
Why are you doing that to me, man?
I don't know.
All right. So, Kale, you definitely hear what sounds like, and you've heard one of these before, like I can't think of what it's called now. I had it, but I didn't write it down. Like the super old style record player with the big horn.
Gramophone?
Phonograph.
Phonograph.
Yeah.
Phonograph. That's it. I knew we'd get it as a group. You hear like one of those old phonographs kind of playing, and you kind of hear it say, "Intruder, intruder."
So I turn to the group, and as I hear this, I say, "There's intruders in the building."
You're right. That thing is amazing.
Intruders are us?
No, I yell back at it. No, I'm with the MIA. I have a working relationship. It's all good here. You're getting paid to investigate. No worries. It's me, Cole, the kobold, if you didn't know.
I'm sorry. That's great, man. So Kale just looks at it. I don't think it's gonna understand us. We either have to open the door or leave. I don't think what's coming is gonna be any good.
So at this point, can I see like any sort of wires between the bit that I broke?
If you're looking in there, you absolutely can. Yes, you can see wires visible now attached to some sort of plate that's up against the wall, where you can now see where the handprint would go, and there's wires kind of connected to it. Some of them are kind of shorted out. You can see a little bit of blue every now and then, but it still seems to be hooked up. And now the voice is continuing. Intruders.
I grab the wires.
Yeah.
Tear them out.
Okay. So as you do, the door next to you kind of, and it starts to raise. It's obviously not raising very smoothly, considering the door frame's all jacked up. It kind of gets stuck a few times. It raises up about most of the way before it kind of goes, and whatever engine or motor that was driving it, pulling it up, seems to have died out, and the door is just kind of stuck there, mostly open, probably about 5 feet of clearance. And as you guys look in, you can see something, Cole, that you have seen before. It looks to be a small arachnid type of looking creature, except it's made out of entirely metal.
I killed this thing, right?
You guys fought one of these, yeah.
I yelled out, I killed it! This is something I killed! Check this out, Gertie. It's a whole little robot thing with a spider robot that I killed because I'm so good at shooting.
Oh, yes, Cole. And as this happens, does it look like the arachnid thing is just standing there? Is it just like moving?
You see its eyes are flashing red, very similarly and in pulse to the handprint that was flashing.
Oh wait, this is not the one I killed. The one I killed was in pieces. My bad.
So
it starts to move.
Yeah.
Very dangerous.
And then as it does, you see next to it to the right, 2 sets of eyes, red eyes, start flashing and glowing. And on the left, 2 sets of red eyes start flashing and glowing as the words intruder.
We gotta go. Let's
echoing
go.
through the hall.
I tell the group to sort of go out the door. If they're gonna catch up to us, we might as well make a stand and let them funnel out the door, get them one at a time.
Do I remember how fast they were, Adam?
I do.
Just Cole, remember?
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear what you said. I thought you said, "Do you remember how fast they are?" I'm like, "Yeah."
So fast.
Yes.
Yeah, they were incredibly quick, but it didn't seem like they had any like superhuman or super speed or anything like that. They moved like a robot would, kind of. Okay, that was stupid. Mechanically, they don't have any more speed than, say, you or anybody else, and that's what you would remember.
They're not as fast as us. We can make a break for it.
As you guys are all standing here, one of them gets closer to the door, and Just, as you are currently closest to the door, he is going to. You see its face kind of open up a little bit, and there's this little dart on the inside, and it shoots out at you. Okay. Now I need to.
I don't like it.
What happened?
You got an 18?
18. Okay, so it's like it rolled twice on my end. That was weird. Just, does an 18 hit you?
Just, yes.
Okay, so outside of this thing's mouth, just that was bad. I'm taking your card away. It fires out, and this dart kind of explodes right in front of your face into this wiry, kind of metallic, almost net, and it just surrounds you, and you got to get caught up. and you're just kind of standing there in place, not being able to move.
Help.
Everybody, please roll initiative.
Oh shit!
Click your token first.
I don't see my token.
Oh, because
No tokens.
I'm a fucking noob, so let me just put you on this little thing here. There we go. Everybody should have a token. You should be able to see yourself.
How do I always get nat 20s on initiative? I can't do any. Okay. We're good.
It doesn't really work. Okay.
Click the name, right?
No, I don't have that done
Oh, okay.
the right way. There we go. So that's showing up as just initiative. Cool. All right. Just, you get trapped by this netting, and you're just kind of standing there. What do you want to try and do?
I will break these cuffs.
Go ahead and make a strength check.
All right.
Or athletics, whichever.
Oh, okay. That's +3 then.
Oh, that's +3?
+2, sorry. Yeah. So add another 2 to that, so 16 for my athletics.
Okay, 16. Awesome. That is definitely enough. You just kind of flex and bust out of it.
Hell yeah!
It's awesome.
I can break these cuffs.
Yeah, nobody hold me. You are now free. As your action, you have your movement and bonus action left. And this thing is definitely within melee range of you. No, it's not. It's in melee range, your melee range, not its. Sorry.
All right. Okay. I'm going to. I'm just gonna stand here, man. I'm gonna stand here and use my item interaction to get out my halberd. And
Okay.
I think what I'm going to do.
Sure. All right. Awesome. Oh, wow. No. Wait, what happened? Guys, it wasn't even just turn.
No, it wasn't.
My shit was like zoomed down for some reason when I hit that thing, so there's two people in front of you.
It's
Sorry.
okay, Just you can take my place and I'll take your place. I don't care, baby girl.
Well, just flexed and busted out of this as Gertie, you're watching and this happens. What do you want to do?
At this, because I was originally going to try to take her out of the net and she does it herself. I was like, yes! So cool. Okay, and then, seeing crazy things, I'm going to try to distract them. So I'm going to pull out this pocket watch, right?
New follower detected.
So I open the pocket watch and you see it's almost like a hologram, except as time goes on, it looks more realistic. And it's basically going to be, where can we? Trying to draw its attention over here, kind of away from us. So it's just going to be another version of Just, who is just trying to like get these weird animatronic spider things' attention.
Okay. Just trying to find something clever for that. Nothing. Here we go.
Like another juice token.
There you go. That makes sense too.
And put like a little icon on it or something.
Fake Just.
All right.
Why is that one number 1?
I don't know.
I'm just number 1.
Number 1 illusion.
Yeah, that's the number 1 illusion.
First is the worst, second is the best.
Ow.
Bam, power words.
Middle school logic.
All right, and that would be your action. Then, did you want to move at all?
You're muted.
Yeah, I'm getting behind Kale.
Okay.
I can't fight. Do your fight
Cool.
thing.
It is now your turn.
What square is the illusion actually in?
That one.
Okay. Now this one has already number 1 has already acted in combat, right?
Yes.
Okay. So Cole will run.
Well, that was before the initiative.
Okay. So does it? So do I have advantage on him then?
Yes, technically, yeah, because he hasn't gone yet. Yeah.
All right. So I'll just stay right here, and then I just pull out because I'm so badass. Both guns at once. So I can do that. Nice day. You've spidered into the wrong room. Wait, we're in your room. Whatever. I'm shooting. Law and chaos at that guy with advantage. Yeah, there we go.
All right, man. 15. 15 will hit.
Okay. And then finish out with some chaos.
So 8 and a 13 does not hit.
Okay. Well, I did my best. I run back here behind Gertie.
Oh my lord.
I'm just getting some strategic space.
I
say-
glare. At
What?
least you have guns.
No, I'm seeing it what our options are over here. Fine.
Mhm.
Around here, our escape route.
All right, so now it is one of the ones that was in the room. It is going to come out, and it is going to assess the situation. Seeing 2 Justes and the rest of you far behind, Juste being the closest one, it is going to lunge at you and make an attack with
Alright.
its little pincers.
Oh no, tiny angel.
16.
That is not hit.
It will not. So it
Traps.
kind of lunges at you, and you with your big clockwork halberd just bashes it out of the way, making its attack ineffective. Then it is then going to kind of move over here, staying within your thing, but it is going to kind of try and flank you. Let's see, it is this one's turn now. So this one, as Cole shoots it and then darts away, how much? 30 feet. Awesome. Cole, will a nat 20 hit you?
No.
Oh, okay. Remember, you have cards if those are helpful.
Yeah, no, that card doesn't help me.
Okay. So that will be 6 plus, ouch,
Shit.
12 lightning damage as this net comes flying out of its face. Only this time it seems to spark and radiate with this blue electrical energy as it flies through the air. You guys hear it bzzz as it flies past your ears and hits Cole. It explodes. It wraps around him, and you kind of see him get jolted as he stands there immobile.
My hat flies off.
Oh no. That will be its turn. This one doesn't really move from the room, but Juste, you see its mouth open up, and the very similar sort of dart comes flying out. That won't hit. It misses.
Mm-mm.
So it bounces off your shoulder and explodes as it opens up, and just flies straight into this wall right here, and then hits the wall and falls. And you guys can see it kind of before it dies out. It is going to not move. Kale.
Are they? So they're not within 5 feet of Juice, right?
Yeah, actually, the one that's marked number 2 is.
Okay. So. I am going to run up to this one. As he runs, takes out his cutlass, and right here, he will do right and left. It's okay. That.
That definitely hits. And that definitely. How'd you do that? God damn.
That. And go right back out.
Wow.
This time, right here.
I'm gonna bust out my calculator because someone went to public school. 27 damage to that guy right there. Oh, holy shit. With your 2 blades, you take off 3 of its legs on one side. It kind of falls over. You take off the other 3 legs, and it's just standing there, and then just one good measure, poof, right through its head. You bring it out, and you see sparks and burning embers kind of just fly out from its head a little bit, and then eventually just falls lifeless to the ground. That was a lot of damage in one hit. God damn.
Well, I've done my job for the night. I'm going to just chill here.
Yeah, I'm gonna log off. See you guys. Have a good
luck. So I kind of look at Cole, and he's like, "That's how I felt about 5 minutes ago."
That's not great. Not great.
No.
There's like a smell of like roasted gecko.
Oh, no.
Along with a smoky beard now lingering in the air.
Oh, no.
Gertie, mama.
Perfect. Gertie,
Alright.
it's your turn.
I am a gritty mama. It's okay. I am. Let's see how far away I am. That's probably will be.
What are you thinking?
Yep. I'm gonna produce a flame
To what?
to number 2 over here, but it doesn't hit. So
Oh no, that would
It
not
works.
hit, unfortunately.
I try. You see Gertie like laying behind everybody, and like, what's going on? And like, see this weird contraption like on her hand, and she kind of goes like this, and there's like a little fire, but she's so shaky that it like hits the wall beside it. Like, she ducks back behind other people again.
I tried. All right, so it would be Cole's turn. You're currently immobile, wrapped up in this thing. You can try and break free from it if you'd like. That would be a strength check or athletics.
I use acrobatics. Is it like a grapple thing?
Oh,
it's like a net. So
it's like a net.
You can do acrobatics for
Capacity,
nets, but okay, athletics then.
Yeah.
Not good at those.
Oh, look at
0.
that.
I rolled a 0.
Nice, second 0 of the
Shit.
this group's campaign. That's pretty awesome.
How does that happen?
I have a
Okay.
-1.
Yeah, I got you.
Great.
So you are struggling as much as you can, as much as you can, and as you do, you accidentally pull the trigger on one of your guns. Luckily, it's not reloaded yet. Could have been bad for you.
Uh-oh.
Could have been really bad for you. I remembered about the reload thing, so haha, you're lucky. So that'll be it for you, unless you want to try and roll.
Would that do anything? I mean, what's around me? Like, it's an actual physical.
There's just there's a wall right there. There is a you guys had seen a couple doors. There was a door right
No, but
here.
like, it's an actual net. It's an actual physical net. It's not like an electric.
It's more like a chain link fence.
Oh, okay.
It's just a little bit looser and a little bit more fluid the way it works, but it is wrapped around you.
Okay.
When will the lightning damage attack me?
This is not great, guys.
I don't like this.
I can't get out. All right, that's all I can do.
All right, perfect. Sorry. Let's see here. I'm not muted, am I?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
All right. Couldn't see. So that'll be Cole's turn. Just.
Just is going to look at this second spider thingy and just smash. You know, like we do. And I guess not smash, but you know.
No, but that would have hurt it bad. You slam your clockwork halberd down, and it just kind of jumps out of the way to the side, and then kind of comes back, and you see it ready to almost pounce at you. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Nope. I'm
Okay.
good.
Good try, honey.
All right, so the one that just the one that just dodged your blow comes back, and he kind of jumps up at you with his legs all facing at you, and you can tell now that its legs, they don't have little knobs or soft pads on the end. They're like filed sharp metal points on each of the end of its legs. I find what I do with that character sheet. There we are. So that is going to be. Nope. I'm glad that pops up. There we go. 15 still does not hit. You guys are just having this little epic battle there. Swing, miss, swing, miss, swing, miss. Oh, that was its turn. Okay. Now this one is going to run up. And it is going to kind of come into the doorway right now. Again, because you're the closest one there, the only threat, really, unfortunately. It is going to do the same attempt at you. 21, that hits, huh?
Oh yeah.
All right, so that does 7 points of piercing damage as you feel on your metallic body. I mean, it feels a little different to you, but you can feel his pincers kind of getting in between the gaps in your creases and stuff, and kind of poking at the gears or working inside. Almost you feel the pain, and something got adjusted. You don't know if that's going to work right. And that will be its turn. Kale.
Is there a visible way of me getting behind this one?
You'd have to jump over it, I guess, but right, it's in a doorway right now. There's really not a way to.
So this thing is not accurate. This space, there's not 10 feet open.
Well, there's this thing right here. So.
Well, this thing is right here, and if you tried going around this way, you'd get an attack. If you tried going this way, you'd get an attack. So there's really no way to get in there without provoking some sort of reaction from them.
I'd have to attack it first to prevent an attack of opportunity.
Or you can just use disengage as a bonus action.
But then that would take my second attack. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna go and assist Juiced. Let's see what's going on. Tactically, I'd want to come here to prevent this one from coming down. So he's gonna look at Gertie, look at Juice. It's like, all right, well, she can take care of that one. Let me go on. Chill here. Do that. Ouch. Wow.
So the second one just clanks off the side of one of its legs, doing nothing, sending a little bit of sparks flying. There's the second one comes down. It does seem to cut some sort of wire that's attached to one of its legs, kind of like in the armpit of the joint there. But it doesn't seem to really affect it much. It just kind of stumbles a second. You see a little bit of fluid kind of spurting out a little bit, but nothing's really seemed to happen to it. Gertie, you're up.
Well, he gets sneak attack for that.
Yeah, you do. For the one goes to roll that. I forgot about that.
Snick.
8.
Wow, so 9 points total.
There we go. Look at him being sneaky.
Being very sneaky. I'm hunting spiders.
All right, Cole.
You skipped over Gertie.
No,
It's okay. You can skip over me.
She's so short.
Did I really?
I really don't care. Whatever.
No, I can't be skipping over people. For some reason, I just clicked the button. Sorry, Gertie.
Okay. I am going to cast another silent image, because at this point,
Nobody's. You can
nobody's.
only use your wonder thing once.
Can I only use it once per?
It's on your character sheet. How many times you can use it?
Complete 2 minor wonders. Wonders each contain spell chosen from the table below, which you can cast without expending spell slots or material components. These spells are cast at their lowest level and end immediately if they are cast again. If the spell
You're right,
targets
it
one or
doesn't
more
say that.
teachers. Mm-hmm.
My bad.
It's all good. treat spells that you cast. Yeah. Okay, so you see this juice because kind of flashing away, and so then you see again with this pocket watch, Gertie's gonna make a couple of adjustments, and in front of this spider right here, you're kind of going to see a wall, right? So you're gonna see a wall go from here and there. So these spiders apparently don't see just there. They're just going to see kind of solid walls. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's okay. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is there anything
crap.
else you'd like to do?
Mm-mm.
No?
I'm good.
Okay. At the end of Gertie's turn, it is Cole's turn.
So while Gertie was doing that, behind him, Cole was like,
Say something. What?
I already said I'm stuck in here.
Oh shit! I turned around. It's he and Annette. I totally missed this. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
It's
No, like,
okay. Are you fiddling with the pocket watch? I'm just here all tied up.
oh,
I guess I'll make an athletics check again.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
really good at those.
It's my baby. She's
Oh, great.
out there.
Yeah, this is wonderful.
Oh, that's great.
My construct is just fighting off. I don't know. Okay, sorry, Cole.
Yeah, sorry, man. You are just a kobold sushi wrap currently. You're unable to do something, unfortunately. I'm sorry. With the roles you've been having, without any other assistance, you're just kind of stuck there. I apologize. That sucks. Moving forward, it is Just. In front of you, you now see what looks to be this crazy-ass wall just appears out of nowhere.
Oh.
It's not real. It's not real. You can still attack.
But she don't know that.
I'm.
You can make an insight check if you'd like to.
Mhm.
Okay, I will make an insight check.
And
Can
Gertie,
Gertie yell
what's-
this?
not now.
No. Okay.
When you were casting it, you could have. That is enough. Yeah, you see it come up. You kind of look back at Gertie. You kind of see her mumble the words as the walls appear, and you know that this is just an illusion, and these enemies are right on the other side of this.
Alright, I'm going to smash.
Just smash.
I'm going to smash at this one. Number 3, I believe.
Okay.
Why can't I smash?
I'm glad you're not, because look at that damage. 16 damage on it.
I mean, could it see her? Is it like, is she kind
Well,
of like...
From its viewpoint, this big wall just popped up, and then this giant clockwork halberd just slices through this wall that only has 1 hit point, and slices through the wall down towards the thing, which you probably would have had disadvantage on anyways because you can't really see it. But it just slams into the ground, sending up some tile work and dust flying, dispelling the illusion. So... There you go. Okay, so now it is this one's turn. Kale, as you kind of bring your sword down on it, it turns towards you, and it is going to take its front, like, little pincer things and slash at you. So let's see what happens here. I don't want to listen to this again. Does a 6 hit?
It does not.
It does not. Okay, so as it slashes at you, kind of just parry it out of the way with both your blades. It doesn't really seem to do much. As Just, as you bring it down, the wall kind of turns into like this smoke and just disappears in the air. And as it does, you see this kind of clockwork spider jump up at you with its pincers, and it tries to get at your face, just kind of scratching and clawing as much as it can. As it jumps up, you take your halberd and just push it down. It kind of tumbles a little bit before it rights itself up on its feet. Kale, what are you doing? Camera can't keep up with me.
Poke, you are totally muted.
Oh yeah.
Of course I'm muted. I knew that. Just testing. So he's gonna try to dodge and go in between the legs and try to come up behind this spider and see if he can get a good hit in between the joints. He's gonna just go for it.
Are you going for a called shot?
Yes. So like joints, like to try to disable it.
Right. Okay. So that would be a disadvantage.
Okay.
So just roll your right hand one more time. Holy shit.
God
Wow.
damn.
Okay. So they absolutely all hit.
I need to roll twice on that. How do I add the second roll to the same box?
What do you mean?
So you know how Cole is rolling like on the same box? He rolls like either.
Oh, advantage?
Yeah.
Don't you have a toggle on your sheet?
Oh, I
Yeah,
do.
on your character
Okay, yeah. All right. Never mind. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Not a problem. So as you hit, though, I gotta add up all this fucking damage. So I'm gonna use the 24.
It will be 2 and 18. No, they will be both 18 because they're at disadvantage.
Yeah,
so.
and I'll use the one with the higher damage. So that's 5. 3 is 8, plus 3 is 11. Yeah.
Okay.
We all.
Yep. Should be.
All right. Well, for those of you still watching around, shoot math questions my way if you really want to be entertained.
Also,
Good
time
time.
zone conversions. He loves those.
Don't start. I'm lucky I'm in the central, it's just -1 here, +2 there, but when I gotta go cross coast, I don't know what to do. So with your hits, what you do is you bring it down completely, just not slicing, but just destroying one of its arm joints, and it just goes flying off, and you can tell its balance is immediately kind of shifted. On your other hand, coming down, just completely separating 2 of its legs, and it now falls head first, and it looks like kind of pathetic and at the same time a little humorous as its face is just kind of dragging on the ground as it's trying to kind of get away. There's oil squirting everywhere, sparks and gear parts are like kind of jammed, and you can kind of hear it go. It just sounds terrible, and this thing is like suffering as it's on the ground. It's not really making any noise though. It's just clicking, and it doesn't really seem like it's hanging in there.
It doesn't have to make a strength saving throw?
Or drop something it's holding. It's not holding
okay.
anything. It's just arms got.
All right, my bad. I thought it was
No worries.
I'll try.
11. I don't have my paper in front of me. I'm a paper kind of DM, I like to have the initiative written, the HP, and trying to do this all digitally. It's just like
trying to do it all digitally. No.
right.
Back in my day.
Thank you. Okay. That was really stressful. All right, guys. Sorry about that. So Kale, that was a good ass good turn. It is still unfortunately still alive though. Is there anything you action bonus section? Do you want to try move?
No, I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna stay right behind it.
Okay.
I kind of go like this to Gertie. Just kind of pointing, just like throw something at it.
All right, perfect. So now it is Cole's turn.
It's Gertie's turn.
Gertie.
Keep skipping
What?
Gertie.
No,
Like,
please.
I'm not even
please.
clicking anything. It's just like when it's on
Skip
Kale, I
Gertie.
click it and then it goes to Cole. I'm
No,
sorry.
Please skip Gertie.
I can't skip.
Okay. Seeing Kale be like this one, I'll be like, just a second. I'm gonna gesture to Cole. I'm gonna walk over like, okay, let's get this off you. Is it just like a net around him?
It's like a net, but it has the thickness of like a chain link fence, and it is metallic. There's currently not any current going through it anymore, like there was when it hit him. But it is a net wrapped around him, and it's thicker, and it's like a metallic sort of substance.
Okay. Would you say, by chance, that where'd my character sheet go? Where did you go, character sheet?
Where did you go?
I don't know.
My character
just-
sheet.
Okay, got it.
Where did you go?
Where are you, character sheet? Okay. Would you say that it could? No. What's the strength?
tools?
So do you think not a silent image, fucking unseen servant. Do you think an unseen servant would be able to lift this?
No, they can't. It's the same as a mage hand. They can only lift like 5 pounds.
5 pounds, right? It wouldn't have enough. Just looking at it, you could probably tell that it wouldn't have enough torque to be able to
Okay.
pry this thing open.
Yeah. Okay. I am going to try to use my.
You have like pincers and or tinker tools.
I was about to say I should have something in
tools?
my tools to kind of try to break this, like I don't know, wire cutters or something.
Mm-hmm.
So.
So you pull out your tools. Go ahead and make your tinker's tool check. I think that's, I don't know, is it Dex plus?
Turn.
Nice. So you find actually where there seems to be some sort of metal hook wrapped around and caught on the other end of it, kind of keeping this thing from being pulled apart from Cole on the inside struggling. You find that you clip it and this thing just kind of unrolls, and Cole, you can feel now the blood start to rush back to your arms and your legs. It's very comforting.
Tinkers, thank you kindly, ma'am.
Sorry.
No. What do you mean? Freedom.
Okay. And I don't think I have any other things for like a bonus to end that. So I turn back to Kale and like, you can finish it off. You're good. I'm staying here.
All right. So that'll be your turn. Cole, you are currently prone on the ground, but you are now free.
My hat is like right here, right?
Yeah, your hat's like right there.
I want to do a cool thing. I want to kind of like roll, pick up my hat with my object interaction in one hand, put it on my head, and then pop up right here. Like just like Indiana Jones style.
Oh my
And then,
God.
Okay. I'll say
yeah.
make a performance check. Acrobatics, that's better. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Acrobatics
that's
check.
better for me.
And if
Come
you
on,
do
don't
well,
give me that motherfucker. Oh, yes!
Ah!
Indiana motherfucking Jones!
so you roll over and use your tail as to kind of prop you up, and you do like a barrel roll spin in the air as you land on your feet with your hat, pull it down, raise your gun, the most badass possible way you possibly ever could do anything.
And then I turn and wink to Gertie. I give Gertie a big wink.
Well, hot damn.
And then I'm going to make a cold motherfucking shot on this guy. I want to knock him prone.
Okay.
Which I have advantage, so it's just straight, right?
Why do you have advantage?
Because I have pack tactics.
Oh, that's right, you do. It would be an advantage.
Pack tactics. So just a normal shot with law on his legs. Motherfucker! So I do what? 7 piercing, and he has to make a strength saving throw against 13,
does, yep.
right?
Yep.
13, yeah.
La, 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 la. Nope.
Motherfucker!
So as you aim and you fire, you hit something like where its heart kind of would be, and the bullet pierces through its armor, and you can hear on the inside something breaks loose and starts getting clanging around, kind of like shaking change in a jar. It's just very loud and clinky, and the thing kind of starts to shift a little bit before its legs all go flat out, and it just falls on its belly. You don't know how long that's going to be, but it definitely is prone currently.
Just for 1 round of juice smacking, and then I give Gertie another wink with my other eye, and I'm going to do a called shot against this one to his head.
All right, but you don't have any more eyes.
To the head, right? Yeah, I know. 2 eyes. I just did both eyes flicking at Gertie, and I'm doing against that one's head.
That one's head, the headshot. Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Damn, that'll hit too.
So 6 piercing and a Constitution saving throw, 13.
Ouch. So that has disadvantage on all of its attacks.
And I go, and then that's it.
That's it? You sure?
Yes, I'm done.
All right. You deserve a t-shirt. Just.
Good job.
All right. Now that I have advantage on this thing, I am going to hit it.
I'm gonna make my one hit this battle.
I need to hit something. This is all I'm good for.
I set you up, Juiced. Oh my god!
What?
What the fuck?
What are the
What
chances,
the
dude?
fuck, Juiced?
You are cursed tonight. The
It's
dice
been
gods
what?
are not with you.
Calling us out. They're not your friends. Just because they're other constructs, they're not your friends.
What have I done to you, dice gods?
Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh.
Honey, you're still doing great. Keep up the hard work.
Ooh.
Well, that's unfortunate.
I mean, just statistically.
Yeah, right. No kidding. I mean, he had 2 18s before with disadvantage and 2 over 20s. That's nuts. That's crazy. Crazy game so far. Roll 20s just throttling its dice rolls, you know. All right. So with that done, the one here in front of Kale, doing its best to kind of keep its head up off the ground. It's not really doing a good job. It kind of turns around, facing its butt towards you, Kale, and with its back leg, it kind of takes a swipe towards your shins, and that will be
My shins.
your shins. Ah, my shin. Ooh, gotcha.
Ooh.
But it's disadvantage, though.
Why?
I shot it in the head.
And it's prone. It would actually have disadvantage regardless.
No, this one's prone, and this one I shot.
This
in the head.
this one was already prone though.
Oh,
Yeah, it was kind of
shit.
prone because of
Oh,
what
I
he
didn't
did.
realize that. Okay.
So no, it would have been disadvantage regardless. So fuck. 15?
Yeah, it just hits actually.
Oh, bummer. Okay. So it's still
Just
6.
the same damage.
That's weird. So it's still 6 damage as this thing comes and slices across both your shins, just like 2 inches below your knee, and you just immediately feel the warmth of blood kind of start spilling out into your clothing.
Ow.
That is going to be its turn completely.
That's gonna
and
scar.
This one, currently prone on the ground with its legs kind of sprawled out, it kind of tries its best to just take one leg towards Juice and swipe at you. So we will see what happens with this. What happened?
No.
Roll with disadvantage, but yeah,
I'm sorry.
doesn't matter.
Didn't I? Yeah, 10. That's with disadvantage. I rolled a nat 20 and a 10. Right?
Yeah.
Yep, I see it.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right, cool. So yeah, that will absolutely miss. You just kind of lift one leg and the blade just goes right under you, and then you get ready. Kale.
Yeah, it scratched me. I didn't like that. He's gonna go and sort of kind of do this. You ever seen back? He's gonna do this instead of the elbow. He's gonna just jump on it and try to do the double blade thing. See that works
Cool.
out. Would I have advantage on this? I don't know how that works.
He is prone. You're doing melee, so that would be advantage.
Okay, cool, sweet, awesome. Yeah, I have the toggle.
There you go.
Nice.
Nat 20.
Wow.
All right, so that would be 11 plus 7 is a total of 18, and that will just your blades kind of come down. One of it slices through, but just on the edge of it, you don't really seem to get anything vital. But the second one goes in right where its like head kind of piece is attached to its neck, and you just sever that completely, tear it apart, and its head kind of rolls a little bit. The body kind of starts to lands on the ground lifeless.
Nice.
One click. Oh, there we go. I can do it. Gertie, it's your turn.
Okay, we've got one still alive.
That was a nice note. I'm going to give you a card for that.
Really?
I can do whatever I want in the GM.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to argue with that. Okay, so I'm going to move over here and I'm going to aim my little tiny crossbow at the last
You
with
still
the
have
12.
advantage?
Oh,
Actually, with a ranged attack on a prone creature,
Oh,
it's
a disadvantage. Right.
So, but that one doesn't hit, so I'm not going to make you roll again because hopefully it'll be a natural 20, and then that'll be a waste of it. But I'm not going to. Is there anything else you'd like to do? Shout out anything?
I got nothing.
Okay.
Good effort.
I feel like that's every single move Gertie has. Like, good job. You tried real hard.
So that would be Cole.
Okay. Let's see. I guess I'll just move over here so I'm not being blocked. I guess I'll just do a call. Since it's already prone, I might as well do a called shot on it.
That would be terrible disadvantage, sure.
It's still normal, right? Because
you have disadvantage because it's prone and you're doing a ranged shot.
Yeah, but I have advantage from the.
So that would be. Oh, that's right.
It's normal.
I guess we decided that it cancels it out.
So disappointed.
Well, I am, but that's how the rules are.
All right, headshot then.
Yeah, you got 5 more feet of movement. An 18 will definitely hit for the headshot. And how much damage do you do? 5 damage. That's not.
I guess it had. Yeah. Well, it can get up from being prone, right? Or is it just stuck on the ground?
It can. It just hasn't been its turn yet.
Okay.
So that is a con save if I ever seen one. So the call shot on the head was the disadvantage on everything on the next turn.
Yeah.
So he saves that. Right? Oh yeah, still damage, absolutely.
So I'll use my second shot. Ping ping. A little flintlock.
Right, 3. Sorry, if you see me making a weird face, it's because I'm trying to do simple math in my head. And awesome. Two shots, not seeming to do terrible much damage, and most of its body and its core is still there. It's just struggling, trying to get up. After the bullet ricochets from its head, it just, it's just still kind of keeps its focus on Just. And Just, it is now your turn.
Whew. Okay, still prone?
Yes.
Dice gods, if you're there, please just let me hit something.
You need to smash.
Smash!
There you go.
Boom.
Thank you, Dice gods.
Destroyed it. Holy shit. You didn't just hit it.
She was working up to it, man. That's all.
It's gone from this plane of existence.
You are generous, Dice gods.
15 plus 25. That's 40 fucking points of damage at level 3.
Boom.
Oh, because the rate, it does like 12 on it.
Oh, it does 12. Yeah, it does 12, and then it makes a, I mean, it's probably not going to live to see the save that it has to make.
No, it's completely demolished. That was more hit points than it had in total before you guys were tearing it apart. Wow.
Amazing.
So as Just kind of raises up her clockwork thing, you guys all can visually see this orangish yellow radiance just start erupting from her entire self, her body, her face, this weapon. And as she's raising it, you can see now the light reflecting off of the walls and the ceiling and the floor, clearing out the smoke. It's becoming this clearer sort of breath of fresh air a little bit. And she slams it down, and it's almost, you have to flinch a little bit. Cold. It's almost blinding to you as the weapon makes contact with this creature. It just literally explodes into these shards of white light, sending debris and shrapnel everywhere, mostly in the room. But then it kind of dies down, and all that's left there is just in a cloud of smoke with her halberd about 4 inches into the ground.
Yes!
Oh, God. Yes!
Teamwork, guys.
Okay, Cole goes over to Gertie and also goes for a high five.
Boom! She very, very enthusiastically.
And I say, let's collect some of these pieces to Gertie, because I know Gertie also likes to build things.
Yes!
Yep.
All right.
On time.
Go ahead. You guys, both of you, will go ahead and use your Tinker Tool kit to see.
Smith tools now.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Whatever you got.
Yeah. Okay.
Would Kale be able to use his thief tools to sort of take out those little electric?
God damn it!
Boom.
I want the gun
Bullets.
parts.
All right. I'm sorry. Let's take it. Wow, Gertie, nat 20 and a natural 1. Awesome. Kale, what were you trying to do? I'm sorry.
So I noticed they have these like packs in the side. I'm assuming they're like little missile launchers things, right?
Oh, that's just aesthetically. No, they don't
Oh,
have
okay.
missile launchers on them.
Well, the little things they were shooting. So like he's kind of interested in.
The darts were coming
Yeah.
literally out of their faces.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they had like sideways clampered mouths, and those would slide open, and it would shoot out like a tongue.
So they have things in them that they can shoot out.
Oh, all of them have shotten out already, but they
so it's ones. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
All right. So I'll help Gertie pick up stuff that she.
Okay.
You see, Gertie is literally like inside one of these spiders covered in grease, just like throwing shit out. Like, no, the round one. We need that one. No, the one with that one.
All right. So you guys, Gertie, you can add to your inventory. I don't even know how I would put this. Just put like 10 pounds of scrap metal. And this would all consist of gears, nuts, bolts, probably anything that you would need to try and craft something depending on what you were trying to craft, kind of thing. But you definitely have components now for that. And as you guys finish the battle, and Juice is still kind of just emanating this very faint glow that's sort of kind of like fading back into her center self. That's where we'll end tonight's session. In this dusty corridor. So thank you all, everybody that stopped by and watched. If you're watching this later on YouTube or the video on demand on Twitch here, thank you so much. Check out the Discord, as I'm sure you can see the link being shared there in chat. You guys, how did you feel about that session?
I hit something.
It's so funny. Epic way too, man.
That was a perfect setup, man. Honestly,
we rescued people.
Rescue some people, and Genji hit something with a crit for the last hit. That was amazing.
The last and only hit that she had.
Pretty much. That was pretty cool.
But if you're gonna do one hit, that's the kind of hit you want to do.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So
we killed someone, guys. By the way, we are now all evil.
Rescued.
we are now an evil party.
Our intentions were good. That's all that matters.
I didn't mean to. I was trying to help.
That was wow. Now here's my question, Domino. How important was that NPC to info gathering and story?
If we could go back about 2 hours and you guys not kill her with a drawer, we'd find out, but I guess you'll never know.
You suck so much.
Maybe you'll find out in the memoirs of the world's okayest DM book that I got coming out.
Awesome.
Not really. Anybody else have any personal plugs? Anything cool? You guys doing anything? Going to any shows? Seen any concerts? Buy any books? Anything?
I'm trying to think. Sunday, I'll be on the Forefronts channel. My name's Abigail Frenzy. You can follow me on Twitter, and I stream sometimes. Besides that, I feel like I'm on this channel a lot.
Yeah, now.
Hi, nice to see you guys.
Abby is playing in a few of our games, and Genji is actually in our Monday night game. That is Harmony City. It's kind of a homebrew world set in this Chronos world setting. It's all a homebrew world setting, and they use the 5th edition Shadowrun mechanics to run a game. Our first episode was this past Monday, so if you're on Twitch, check it out. It will be on YouTube eventually to check out as well. Tuesday nights is we're doing the open community one-shot adventures where you can come to the Discord, hang out with everybody that you're seeing right now and other folks. There's quite a few people in there, and every one of them is pretty awesome.
Yes, but this Tuesday it's going to be Mouse Guard. Mouse Guard.
Yes.
By Abby.
By me. We're all going to be tiny mice, and we're going to kick some butt and do some apiary stuff with bees. So,
so this Tuesday, come by, check out the Mouse Guard one shot that we'll be doing. It'll be a good time. You can come into the Discord. You can sign up to play. If you have a game in mind that you want to run, shout it out. I'm sure you'd find someone or a few people interested. Streaming here on Kronos World. It's always a good time. Wednesdays, obviously, same time, same place. You can find New London, and I'm Adam. I'm the GM.
Friday's Arena.
Battles Arena.
I was getting there. I have a
I'm
list.
sorry.
Thursday is almost ready. There's going to be a CIS X Hunter. I don't quite know. Eric, do you know what that means? It stands for?
It's I'm in the game. I shouldn't know.
Cybersource International.
Yes, Cybersource International X Hunters. We are a bunch of supers in a post-apocalyptic America. Security International. Cyber Security International.
Cybersource Security.
We are superhumans hunting other superhumans. Superheroes hunting other superheroes. It'd be good times. Savage Worlds, superpowers, a lot of fun.
It will be good. We're not quite up and running on that one yet, but that'll be coming soon. Friday is the all-out PvP in our battle arena. You can in the Discord, you can sign up to be a gladiatorial contender. Hang out with a couple people, do the one-shot PvP, PvE combat kind of thing. I lasted about 13 minutes in there with my character first time I played, and that was moving on to Saturday. We will be starting our actual longer running Mouse Guard campaign. It's not quite up and running yet. We've still got some kinks to work out and some people to recruit for that game. So if you're interested in anything that you've heard so far, you'd like to see something different, stop by the Discord, check it out, let us know. We'd love to hear from you. We'll have a live stream game almost every single day of the week moving forward. So hit up our Discord and let us know what you'd like to see. Thank you for watching us celebrate RPG awesomeness. Please smash that follow button, and if you like what we are doing, please hit the subscribe button. It would be very nice to support Kronos World and help us make this channel just keep getting better and better and producing better things. And all of the overlays and, like I said, all of the designs you're seeing is all made from Indigo. He's the mastermind behind this whole Kronos World streaming project here. Got us all together to make an ass of ourselves and have some fun playing role-playing games. So thank you so much for watching, and everybody have a great night.